up with a nice cup of morning roast.
Oh, yeah.
Featuring Bonte Hill and Joe Shasky.
Well, I'm about that action, boss.
Take him out! This is the morning roast on 95.7 The Game.
Garoppolo just trying to get it out. Wilson has it on the run. Lost the football. Denver's got it. And Denver's got this one.
You know, I thought we were going to open up with the pick 8. The streets are calling it the pick 8. Shout out to Steve Taylor out there on Twitter. You know, that was if Jeff Wilson Jr. played, the game was over. But the pick 8 and what we're talking about with Jimmy Garoppolo running out the back of the end zone, not knowing where he's at, and then throwing the pick 6 to Bradley Chubb. Thank the heavens he was out of bounds because it would have been a pick 6. Just an absolute disaster. And oh, baby, we're going to talk all about it. We're going to talk all about it. The defense was special last night, but it's not going to be a lot of positivity this morning. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because a lot of people last week took their little victory laps. They took their victory laps, and they said this team had a better chance to win with number 10. They had a better chance to win with number 10.
There were guys in the locker room immediately pivoting and talking to reporters. Well, it's not the worst thing in the world. We get a better chance to win.
Better chance to win. Players, coaches, running to Michael Silver in the SF Chronicle, talking about Jimmy gives them a best chance to win. A better chance to win. They scored 10 points yesterday. So, wait a minute. Are we going to pivot and say the Broncos defense is really good? Because last week the Broncos defense wasn't that good. I'm sick. That game gave me a headache last night. I'm sick.
How many times in our adult life, since Jeff Garcia got moved off this team, how many times in our adult life, you and me, and the rest of Niner fans have been sitting there going, God, we've got an elite top-tier defense and an offense that leaves so much to be desired. Can the offense just complement the defense a little bit? Like a little bit. I'm not even asking for a lot. A little bit. I swear to God, I have watched that episode of 49er football like I watched yesterday 8 bajillion times since 2004. And here's the worst part. You throw in the main villain, Russell Wilson, we all knew what was going to happen. We all knew what was going to happen, right? Like we all knew. He looked as bad as he could look. For 3.5 quarters, made 3 plays, game over.
And won the game. And the Broncos are sitting at 2-1, happy. And the Niners fly back to the Bay Area, 1-2 with the big-time Monday night date against the LA Rams at Levi's Stadium next Monday. You blew a golden opportunity to stack wins early in this year because the schedule gets tougher. Kansas City's on the horizon. Tampa's on the horizon.
Kansas City.
Miami, they're on the horizon.
I
mean, there's some games here coming up where the schedule gets a lot tougher.
Oh, but the season's not over, B.
Oh, yeah.
You know what they're going to say? The season's not over.
They were 3-5 last year. I get it.
It's a long way to go. It's just one loss.
Look, man, let me get this out the way. Good morning to everybody out there. If you're getting off your graveyard shift, good morning to you. If you're on the roadways right now, good morning to you. If you're at work right now, good morning to you. Comcast Business Text Line, good morning to you. Twitch, YouTube, good morning to all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, the morning roast here on a Monday afternoon, Monday morning, and the Niners lose 11-10. And good morning to Lutman, good morning to Spinoni, good morning to Shasky. Look, the call's already stacking up. I see the chat lit up right now. We've seen this movie before, and this movie's not aging well. It's not aging well. Now, I could go in here and rip Shanahan and do all that stuff, but how can I rip Shanahan when this quarterback is just not good enough?
I mean, come on.
The plays are there to be made.
Bonte.
The plays are there
We
to be
spent
made.
all summer critiquing a 21-year-old's arm throwing motion, and I watched the worst football IQ I've ever seen in my life. Jimmy Garoppolo, he's limited physically and mentally. The guy cannot see the field. For a 9-year veteran to not know how to avoid throwing into triple coverage is beyond me. Then you're going to critique the kid's throwing motion when I'm watching the worst footwork of a quarterback I have ever seen in my life. The next time Jimmy Garoppolo steps into a pass will be the first time.
Nah, it's just embarrassing.
The guy throws cutter sinkers from the quarterback position. I mean, it was a matter of time before the pick six happened, right?
It was a matter of time.
I mean, like
he tried to throw 7 of them. He tried to throw 7 of them.
And then the funniest part was everyone's like, open it up.
Yeah.
No, close it down. Close it down.
No.
They had one good run with Jeff Wilson Jr. The offense did nothing. It was one great drive, 5 plays, 6 plays, whatever it was, nothing. Literally. And here's the best part. You're going to hear it today. You're going to hear it all day. Oh, he didn't practice it. You're going to have the playbook. Where was the unique play that Jimmy had never seen before? Show me the play from yesterday's game that you haven't seen from this team over the last 6 years. I saw the same crap. Not one clever play. I'm so done. This guy's such an offensive genius. This quarterback. No, because I keep doing it to myself. I love this team, and they let me down my whole life. I set myself up to lose my mind. And yeah, there's a whole season. I know how this ends. This ends with Brock Purdy getting multiple starts.
Oh, my God.
This ends with this team breaking my heart, ripping it out like The Undertaker at the end of the year. You know that's how this ends.
You know what's so funny?
And they wasted a dominant defensive performance.
Without Eric Armstead.
They have 3 levels of superstars. They literally had a punting clinic.
You know.
And they couldn't score more than 10 points.
I was thinking about this last night. The defense should get all the first-class seats. Fly back to the Bay Area in the offense. They needed, actually, just a few members. Jimmy Garoppolo, George Kittle, the offensive line need to get their asses on Greyhound and take the bus back to the Bay Area. Take the bus back to the Bay Area. You don't deserve to fly business class back to the Bay Area after that performance.
Well, I would just hop on the back of Jimmy G. He's got happy feet.
No.
I mean, he uses happy feet to walk back.
Take Greyhound back to the Bay Area. Number 1. Number 2, this whole thing last night that I'm starting to hear, the pivot's already starting. The spin's already starting. The narrative's out there. Well, he didn't really play at training camp, and he didn't have the playbook until the last week of the preseason. Jimmy Garoppolo has been in the system since 2017. I don't want to hear any more talk about him not knowing the playbook. It's the same damn play Shanahan's been running since 2017.
Was there one unique play last night?
Yeah, it's the same damn playbook.
Was there one unique play?
Actually,
Actually, you know what? There was a unique play.
It
was the one where he ran out of bounds like Dan Orlovsky. And that was going to be a pick 6.
That was going to be a pick. Steve Taylor's coming to pick 8. Here it is, right here. Let's listen to it. Let's listen to this crap.
Oh, my God.
Second and 10 from his own end zone. Garoppolo's out of the end zone. It's a safety. Remember, Dan Orlovsky did that. Stepped all the way out of the end zone. It's a safety, and that kills the play before everything else on the pick. So it is 7-5, and Trent Williams is shaken up for the Niners.
I don't know that I've ever seen a safety be a break for a team, but it certainly was there.
He's right.
A break for the 49ers. This is a 9-year quarterback. If that was Trey Lance.
And a 6-year head coach.
A 6-year head coach.
Who called a screen pass with their non-mobile quarterback at the 1.
At the 1. A screen pass, and this guy doesn't even know where he is in the end zone. And he steps out and planted his feet. He actually stepped into the throw and threw a pick 6. And he threw a pick 6. And then Trent Williams gets hurt. He's out of the game. So then we got to watch Jalen Moore. Jalen Moore gets benched for Colton McKivitz. It's just an absolute disaster on offense. And you know what? Baldy said this, and I'm going to say this every single week, Shasky. Baldy sat up here in the second week of August and said, Bonte, Joe, the Niners may miss Mike McDaniel. And now he's at 3-0 in Miami, giving out game balls to the entire football team. And they beat the Buffalo Bills. And they look creative. And this team looks like they're stuck in 1970. 1970. These plays stink.
They had one.
Oh, my God.
We haven't even brought up. What about the safety cone, a.k.a. Mike McGlinchey?
Oh, my God.
The guy who was like ear to ear smiling about Jimmy Garoppolo coming back.
And
this guy couldn't block my brother's 2-year-old son, George.
You know what, Shasky?
I mean, what is he doing?
Out of all the things that pisses me off about that game yesterday. All the things that pisses me off. I go back to last Sunday, and I go back to last Monday when all these national pundits, when a lot of Bay Area media.
I'm with you.
And these guys started chirping in the locker room, talking about, it sucks for Trey, but it feels like it's all gas, no brakes now.
Yeah, it's 49er football.
It feels like 49er football again.
Exactly.
When Juszczyk said that. And Kittle's talking to Silver, because that's who it was. We know who it is.
And Kittle smiling it up in the postgame
what
presser.
about Jimmy walking on midfield smiling after the game?
Why do I care more about this team than they do?
Dude.
Why? Why do I do this to myself?
The fact that people thought this guy gave the Niners a better chance to win. So I don't want to hear anything about, Jimmy wins that Chicago game. It wasn't no monsoon yesterday. What, no monsoon in Denver, Colorado?
Would you
They scored 10 points, Shasky. 10 points.
Would you meet me here?
10 points.
I've been the biggest Shanahan supporter of all time. Watching him in this game, I'm looking at the sideline. Again, I don't even want to debate whether he's good, bad, great.
He got schooled by his first-year defensive coordinator.
But hear me out on this. I can't look at him the same.
Oh.
I'm looking at him. I'm like, you wrecked your number 3 overall pick, and you did this to yourself. Like, you did this. You deserve the Jimmy Garoppolo thing.
I apologize, Dave Johnson. You're right. Jimmy did score 12 yesterday. He scored 12 points, not 10. You know what?
No,
I need to catch a breath.
Here's the
real
other
quick,
part.
Shasky.
Here's the other part. The arrogance from the head coach, and this is the truth. The arrogance and
It's not even on him. Well, you know what?
No. Let me start with him. It trickles down from him because I'm going to tell you how to play football. Oh, you guys don't watch other teams around the league. I watch other teams around the league. They score points. Yeah, you don't. All right, that's number 1. Number 2, that arrogance has seeped down from the head coach to the rest of them. They act like they're 4-time champions. Like, I'm watching Kittle laughing it up, yucking it up on the press conference. You haven't won anything. You have won nothing. I am an adult. The last time you won a Super Bowl, there was a different owner, and it was a Hall of Fame quarterback who's in his 60s.
Man.
That's who was quarterbacking.
Dude.
And the guy who's coaching my team, his father was the offensive coordinator. That's how long it's been. Yet they act like they're 4-time champions like the Golden State Warriors. If Draymond Green showed the amount of arrogance that George Kittle shows at a podium, we'd all be ripping him.
Yeah, and he's won championships.
You've won nothing.
And he's won a DPOI.
It drives me insane. And this fan base deserves better. Did you see how many Niner fans showed up? And you score 10 points?
10 points.
And you're supposed to be, you have playmaker in Ayuk, you have an all-pro in Debo, you've got the best left tackle in the game, you got a Pro Bowl tight end who didn't play in the first 2 games, but he's back now, and it's all gas, no brakes. You got the highest paid fullback in the league, you got your hand-selected offensive line, and you do that?
Well.
Oh, but you also geniused your way into reducing Jimmy's salary and bringing him back, and actually, you win now more. Like, all of these BS narratives, watch the games. This team's offense stinks.
So
stinks.
Not only do they stink, Shasky, they started the game yesterday 0 for 9 on 3rd down. 0 for 9 on 3rd down.
Is this Alex
with a
Smith
veteran
in the
quarterback.
NFC Championship game?
I watched Trey Lance throw a dime to Juwan Jennings on 3rd down, 3rd and 7, right down the field on the left sideline. But y'all say Trey Lance looked terrible. Mike Martz will tell you that he'd never seen anything worse than Trey Lance in week 1 in Chicago in the rain.
Are we going to break down Jimmy Garoppolo's footwork fundamentals? Because they're the worst footwork fundamentals I've ever seen in my life.
This is where, yes, Jimmy is so mid, and everybody's going to talk about, his quick release. I'm seeing beat writers talk about his hand release. Oh, my God, what a dart. A 3-yard pass to Brandon Ayuk on the illegal pick play on the touchdown. And all of a sudden, we're going to salivate over that throw. We're going to salivate over a 3-yard throw. I see Tom Brady do that at the end of the Green Bay game.
I know, with nothing.
In his sleep. But we're going to salivate over Jimmy. Oh, my God, what a dart Jimmy threw on the goal line. Shut up. Number 2, Shanahan on Friday. This is why Shanahan losing people. Because you go up there, you tell us to go watch Buffalo.
Yeah.
Go watch other teams.
And we did.
And Josh Allen ran the ball one time.
On a scramble.
And then we watched Jalen Hurts yesterday almost throw for 300 yards in the first half against Washington.
I know.
Almost threw for 300 in the first half. And Josh Allen threw the ball 62 times. Not only that, Shanahan on Friday. Shanahan on Friday had the audacity before they flew out to Denver. And I don't know if it was a throwaway line or what. This guy had the audacity to tell all the Bay Area media and all the masses and all the 49er faithful, Jimmy's one of the best throwers on the planet. Oh, he's one of the best throwers on the planet? Then why have you tried to dump this guy 5 different times? You've literally tried to move off of this guy, but yet he's one of the best throwers in the football? Then why the hell did you move heaven and earth for the number 3 overall pick for Trey Lance? Shanahan's got to stop lying to us, man. The snarkiness, the cockiness, it's not doing them any good. You got to stop lying to us. We are not dummies. 49er fans are not dummies. Jimmy's not one of the best throwers of the football on the planet. Are you kidding me, Kyle? Stop lying. It's fake confidence you're giving to Jimmy
100%.
Garoppolo. It's fake bravado. He stinks, Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm so, you know what?
So bad.
I can't believe I'm saying this right now. I can't believe I'm about to say this right now. Can Brock Purdy be any worse?
My dad was
Brock Purdy be any worse?
Brock Purdy.
You know what? I might be with Kruger now. Show me what Brock Purdy has, because I know what 10 has, and he has nothing. He's throwing wide receiver screens 5 feet over Debo's head.
How about the 4-hopper? Like he was throwing throwing like infield, outfield to what is it? Brandon Ayuk over the middle.
I can't take watching mediocrity at the quarterback spot. We deserve better. We deserve better. This is and the excitement for the season. This is where the Trey Lance injury hurt, Shasky. Because there was an unknown there.
Oh, for sure.
There was an unknown. And we just wanted to see something special. We wanted to see a guy in the pocket just throw the ball down the field,
even if
stretch
he
the field.
struggled, I want to see something different.
Different.
I just want to see. I know how this story ends.
That's the same old movie, Shasky. Jimmy Garoppolo, one drive where he looks good.
I know.
And the rest of the game, like Collinsworth was like, oh my God, I thought that was a pick six.
On the Cortland
the one third down conversion he had last night.
Oh,
where
yeah,
he threw to Jawan Jennings on the outside.
Yeah.
Debo's wide open. He throws a shot put up. I mean, it is just.
Well, and Debo almost dropped it.
I mean, can you blame him?
How my favorite is on 3rd and 17. Okay, let's throw a 3-yard slant to
my
Debo.
God.
Debo break 48 tackles.
Debo's not lasting.
And then here's my favorite. After learning nothing on the 2nd and 8 with running Trey Lance through the gut and just getting him obliterated, with 37 seconds left and 0 timeouts that Denver can't stop the clock. Let's pound Debo up the middle and pray that he can get up after this hit.
I got to relax.
So
man.
run out the half.
Hey, let's go to the calls. I need to relax. And you know what? I don't know if we can relax because the first call of the day, and he's been on hold since we got in the studio about 5:45. Walked in here to say what's up to Spinoni, and Juice has been on the line since then. So let's go to Juice and Fremont to set the tone here on the Morning Roast on 95.7 The Game.
Let me tell you guys something. Under Eddie D or Carmen policy, Jimmy G would have been an afterthought. All right. Last week, our starting freaking fullback said, "Oh, Jimmy G is back." So 49er football is back. You're right. On display for the whole world to see last night. 49er football is back. Our quarterback, he missed Debo when he was open, being guarded by the linebacker. Yeah, that's 49er. Football. He didn't throw a fastball last night. He threw a freaking sinker. Yeah, 49er football is back. Jimmy INT is back. They said there's only 2 guarantees in life: death and taxes. Well, let's add a third one. Jimmy stirred turnovers. Everyone in that locker room was so giddy last week.
Yes.
They were so happy that they were back. They were even talks of a Super Bowl. Jimmy is who they say he was. He has no vision. He underthrows his open receivers, and he makes these pathetic passes in traffic that cause a great effort from the defense. So welcome to 49er football. We have an older version of what you call Josh Rosen. Did you guys know that Dante Pettis and River Craycraft has more TDs than Debo and Ayuk? Anyone wants to blame the O-line? Whose fault is that? The players don't draft themselves. That falls on the GM and the coach. Remind you, this is the same team that drafted Kinlaw instead of Tristan Wirth. All right? I mean, what was the creativity on the offense? You pay Kittle all that freaking money to freaking block. So just make him the right tackle. Right now, we might as well just say, like what Brock just say, just play Brock. What else is there to lose? I mean, right now, I'll take Sam Donald, Cam Newton, Kaepernick. I'll take Dante Shasky as a quarterback. Heck, I'll take freaking Ray Rado because this thing is pathetic under Jimmy G. You cannot make changes and expect different results.
Juice.
It's like putting a tuxedo on a pig. You can't expect him to stay clean all day because eventually, by nature, he will play in the mud.
Hey.
It is so pathetic that like teams like the Dolphins and the Jags has more wind than you. All I can say is there's 99 problems on this team, and Trey Lance is one.
No,
you guys have a blessed day.
That's such a great call. And you know what you didn't bring up? How horrific the special teams is again.
So, you know what? I was thinking about this.
Again.
Because I know you love special teams. I love special teams. I'm not calling them special teams anymore. They should just be called teams. Kickoff return
nothing
team.
special.
Kickoff team. Punt team.
They're the
Punt
worst.
return team. Because you ain't special.
How about when
You
Ray
ain't
dropped that
nothing
ball?
special.
You
Ray
saw
Ray
that
McCloud.
coming a mile
I thought he was
away.
going to get his neck broke. I thought it was like...
Can we block anyone? When he came out on the
Ray,
first play and went to the 10, I said, what are we doing?
Ray, take a knee. And I'm not saying beat Colin Kaepernick. I'm saying take a knee when you catch the kickoff return in the end zone.
Bad.
Just get the ball at the 25.
This defense stopped them over and over and over and over. They had field position left and right. They had their full complement of weapons. Did Kittle play last night? Did Kittle play? He's got a comment for everything. He's got a funny joke for everything. Oh, he's the funniest guy of all time. He's got 10,000 commercials and 3 catches in a gots to have it game. Thank God he's playing right tackle. Oh, excuse me, tight end. Tight end. Oh, and we don't even know where Trent Williams is at. That's the other thing. We don't even know.
High ankle. He might not be playing. Aaron Donald's coming to town next week.
Is that
Aaron Donald's coming to town.
Is that the worst play of the Shanahan era? Not only were you going to get pick six, you ran out of bounds. Okay, for a safety.
It's the worst. It's the worst quarterback play I've ever seen.
Your franchise left tackle went down.
It's the worst. It was an absolute disaster. This guy ran out of the back of the end zone, planted his feet, and threw a pick six.
Oh, but Bonte, what if they beat the Rams? They'll be 2-2.
You know what's coming up? Your calls. Bay-Rob, Nick, Kevin, SF Bay Drummer.
If they beat the Rams, they're 2-2.
YouTube, your comments. I need a timeout. I can't believe this team works me up so much. I had so much fun at Media Day yesterday for the Golden State Warriors. That's a championship team. That's a team that handles themselves with class. What I saw... Go to break, Spinone. I can't even talk right now.
Chelsea Messenger helping you beat the books. Can the New York Giants stay unbeaten Monday night against the Dallas Cowboys? The G-Men have not been good in primetime, going 0-10 straight up in their last 10 nighttime appearances. The Cowboys also 8-2 against the spread against New York in their last 10. Despite being the backup quarterback, Cowboys Cooper Rush also 2-0 straight up and against the spread in his last 2 starts for Dallas. Helping you beat the books, I'm Chelsea Messenger.
Is there a calculator that can't compute in your kitchen drawer? Recycle it at Staples. A shredder that won't shred under your bed? Or a collection of cables cluttering up your closet? Recycle them now at Staples. With Staples Free Tech Take Back, we'll recycle your old tech free. Plus, rewards members get $5 back in rewards. So if you have modems, mice, and mobile phones making a mess of your home, recycle them now at Staples. Limit 1 reward per month. Redeemable in-store only. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/recycling for details.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New gigabit extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
When a cold comes on strong, knock it out with Vicks DayQuil Severe for max strength daytime relief. Just 1 dose of Vicks DayQuil Severe starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to none. Power through your day with Vicks DayQuil Severe, the daytime non-drowsy, coughing, aching, fever, sore throat, 9 to none medicine. Use as directed.
Hurry into the Energy Savings Event at Lowe's. Save energy and save money on select major appliances, including Whirlpool energy-efficient appliances. You can also use less water with WaterSense bathroom faucets, starting at just $19.98. Plus, find other great energy-saving items throughout the store and check your eligibility for rebates in your area to save even more. Don't miss the Energy Savings Event at Lowe's. Selection varies by location. Exclusions apply. Visit Lowe's.com for details. Valid through 9/28.
Oh, it's doing great. I've been on it now for about 3.5 years. I've lost 67 pounds, and I feel better than I did at age 40. The only thing I'm just getting older. That's the only thing that doesn't stop. Other than that, I feel good.
Listen, we're all getting older, but that doesn't mean you have to feel your age. Are you ready to turn back the clock? It's 2022, and there's never been a better time to start looking and feeling young again. Introducing Andro400.com. Andro400.com has proven solutions to melt belly fat, increase mood and memory, increase energy, and bring that spark back to your love life. Visit Andro400.com or call 888-400-0435 to see which product is right for you. Try the safe and natural way to start feeling and looking your best. And there's nothing to lose with an industry-leading 90-day money-back guarantee. Visit Andro400.com or call 888-400-0435.
Hi, this is George with Left Coast Buyers. We buy properties all over California. If you own a house or an apartment building and want to sell it fast at a great price, call us at 925-434-5000. We can pay cash and close in as little as 7 days. We buy properties in any condition, any price range, and can help you in any situation. Do you own a property that is run down and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Are you out of time, money, and energy? Let us help. Are you looking for an easy way to get top dollar for your property and sell on your terms and timeline? Well, call Left Coast Buyers now at 925-434-5000. We can solve any problem. We buy divorce houses, inherited houses. We even buy vacant houses and abandoned houses. Do you have a tenant who hasn't paid rent? Are you behind on property taxes, mortgage payments, or even facing a foreclosure? Even if you're just nervous about capital gains or an upcoming recession, we've seen it all. So if you or someone you know owns a property and needs to sell, call Left Coast Buyers at 925-434-5000. That's 925-434-5000.
Doors and loading dock equipment are a crucial part of your business, and one you probably don't think much about until they break. A broken door or dock leveler can be a real security threat, along with disturbing the flow of goods in your business. Luckily, RNS is here for all your commercial door, dock, and gate needs. From overhead doors and security shutters to fire-rated and personal doors, RNS can provide your business with safety and security. Call 800-FIX-A-DOOR to schedule a free estimate or visit rsdoors.com. RNS Doors. Look for the red truck.
Bart is turning 50, and we'd love to celebrate with you. Get 50% off of your ride in honor of Bart's 50 years of service to the Bay Area when you pay with Clipper. That's 50% off Clipper Bart fares for the entire month of September. Add Clipper to your digital wallet for free. If you're eligible for other Clipper discounts like youth or senior fares, you get to take an additional 50% off of those too. Details at bart.gov/50 years. Celebrate Bart's 50 years of service with us this September. Let's go.
95.7 The Game is an equal opportunity employer, and we encourage local community organizations to refer qualified applicants to us. You can receive The Game and Odyssey job vacancy information by contacting Human Resources at 415-765-4011 or by emailing sfhr@odyssey.com.
To the 48-yard line. Denver bringing 4. Garoppolo protected in traffic. It's intercepted. Jonas Griffith on the deflection. Has it for Denver.
Now, back to the morning roast with Bonte and Shasky.
Mike Tirico on the call, NBC Sports. Situation's critical right now. I don't question critical. Yeah, I don't. A lot of people are going to say they started 3-5 last year and made the NFC Championship game. It's a different team. It's a different offensive line. And the quarterback looks like he's regressed. And you know what, Shasky, I'm going to start this. Before we go to the callers, I'm going to play something from Jimmy Garoppolo last night. Here's what Garoppolo had to say about the loss.
Just our rhythm. I don't think we weren't in a rhythm at all in the second half. And you could feel it, you could see it. We were talking about on the sideline, but just I don't know. I was just thinking about it. It was kind of my first week with these guys, and I just got to get in a rhythm with them, especially like third down. I mean, we were terrible today, and I just got to get on the same page with those guys, and we got to convert those.
Third down. So there were multiple third downs where guys were open and for whatever reason they missed the play. You want to say there was pressure? Of course there was pressure. You have to be a great quarterback in the NFL, you have to deliver the ball down the field on third down with people barreling down on you. That's what separates the good from the great, right?
Yep.
I mean, we know this about Jimmy G. Like, that's why the whole thing of this week about, now they're a Super Bowl roster. Now they're the favorite to win the NFC West. Did we not watch this? Like, again, no one's saying that he can't make a couple throws here and there.
Right.
But when push comes to shove, he will always let you down. They'll win some games. No one's saying they're not going to win games, but you're not winning the big prize. That's what this is about. It's about winning the big prize. That's why they made the move. Like, this was on. It was so clearly obvious. This is why they made the move for Trey Lance. And shame on everyone who couldn't let the kid a week. They couldn't give him 1 week in dry conditions before throwing him out with the bathwater. But yet we've got multiple seasons of Jimmy Garoppolo being at the very end of the bus, getting driven by everyone, and we're saying, Jimmy, just don't make 5 bad plays today. 5! He couldn't keep from shooting himself in the foot. That was the exact same game, minus the safety, of the NFC Championship game. The exact same game. And what's crazy to me is that everybody was like, well, we haven't seen him for 6 months, and we elevated him like what? He was like Nick Foles on a Super Bowl run?
No, he wasn't.
The way people were talking about Jimmy G was asinine to me.
No, it was asinine.
Apologize to Trey Lance.
Yeah, that playoff run was disgusting. They'll say Jimmy helped them get to the edge. No. The 49ers defense and Deebo Samuel and the running game helped Jimmy Garoppolo get to the NFC Championship game. But one thing about that soundbite, the reason why I wanted to play it, the one thing we learned about Trey Lance is he takes all the blame.
Oh, for sure.
He holds all the accountability for a 22-year-old who says, you know what, I didn't get it done. I have to play better for this team to win. I have to do this. Jimmy Garoppolo, first thing he wants to say, not to make any excuses, but, I haven't really been with the guys much, haven't practiced with them much. You've been here since 2017, dog. You've been here for every step of the way with Deebo Samuel. You've been here for every step of the way with Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle and Kyle Juszczyk. Nobody wants to hear the excuse about you not knowing the playbook. It's the same damn playbook.
Was there one clever play that felt unique last night?
No, without sound Kyle Shanahan.
No, but that's my point on, don't give me this whole playbook thing.
But don't even give
me
this.
They're running the same exact offense.
Don't give me this, my arm is sore. I haven't had a lot of practice with these guys. You need practice. You're a 9-year veteran. Nobody wants to hear that, especially after last Sunday when a lot of people were parading. Segment of Niner fans. I got a slew of DMs telling me Bonte Jimmy's back and it's the best thing for this football team. I hear players going straight to Michael Silver. Yeah, he gives us the best chance to win. Oh, really? Oh, Jimmy wins that game in Chicago in the monsoon.
How about the players play and you let Adam Peters and the entire team that's supposed to, evaluate the roster. How about you, like Mike McGlinchey, why don't you worry about blocking someone?
Right. Instead of running to a columnist and saying, he gives us the best chance to win.
Or my favorite, Jimmy actually scrambles. Only time all night he scrambles for a first down. Hold 69, Mike McGlinchey. It's disgusting.
Let's go back out to the lines.
It's disgusting. But honestly, B, here's the other thing. Because the whole playbook thing, you want to be mad at someone about the playbook? Don't be mad at Jimmy G on that. If that's what your argument is, you better be mad at Kyle Shanahan for botching the entire thing and not letting the guy compete, putting him on the tiny junior field, not giving him a playbook, saying you got trades. That's the other thing. Leaks galore.
I want to get to
this team every week. You know what they really are good at? Winning and losing it in terms of
leaking information.
They are the number one power ranked team at leaking information.
Well, they leaked the information about Washington, and Ron Rivera after the game said that's horse crap. That's not true. So, and why do we keep leaking stuff from March and April? Here's the thing, and I told you guys in the thread yesterday. Rappaport comes out, the Niners basically put the kibosh on the Washington trade. Jimmy got the surgery, so the Washington. I do not care about what happened in March and April anymore. Did you see? Hello, Shesky. I do not care about what happened in the offseason. I care about what happens on Sundays now. We're in week 3. All right, heading into week 4. I don't care what happened in April. I don't care about the surgery anymore. I don't care about what happened in the offseason. It is go time. It is week 3 in the NFL, and we got people still talking about the offseason and the 49ers leaking things about the offseason. Donnie, Parag, I do not care. Go win some football games. That's what I care about. Go win a goddamn game on Sunday Night Football. I don't care about the offseason anymore. We're past that. Jimmy's that quarterback who a lot of people thought gave him the best chance to win a freaking football game and go out there, score 10 points, and punt the ball all night. And you got Torrey Smith out here. Torrey Smith who stole money from the 49ers talking about that's the worst football game I've ever watched in my life. That whole nation was subjected to that, watching my 49ers go out there and trot number 10 out there on Sunday Night Football in front of the entire world and basically throw up on himself and pull a Dan Orlovsky.
The worst part about this,
it's sickening.
The worst part about this is we're all going to talk Shanahan and Jimmy, and you and I are going to do that. The defense and D'Amico are the best part of this team.
And we can't even talk about him.
No, D'Amico's the best coach on the team right now, and by far and away, the worst part of this team is their offense. And that goes back to the head coach.
I can't even believe.
That's his time. And then how about in that same report by Schefter? I read the whole report. At the very end, they're also blown away with Brock Purdy. Why you got to throw that out there?
What's coming up on the game sponsored by Fremont Bake, full service baking, no compromises. We'll get into the calls next segment. It's about you. Mondays, guest-free Mondays. It's all about the calls and 49er fans. Go ahead and vent, rip. Who does it fall on? Jimmy Garoppolo was awful last night. This offense was awful. They were 1 for 10 on third down. I got to stop yelling because it just drives me crazy on how this season is spiraling out of control. And do not call in today talking about whether they were 3 or 5 last year, they can make a run. Does this team have the body language of a squad that's going to make a run to the NFC Championship game right now? They stink on offense. They stink on special teams, and they stink coaching with the exception of D'Amico Ryans in that defense. That's the only good thing about this team. So we can spin positive and talk about defense all night long if you want. I don't have a problem not talking about Jimmy Garoppolo, Kyle Shanahan today. That'll be brought to you by Fremont Bank, full service banking, no compromises.
The Niners came up short in the Mile High City.
Intended for his own end zone. Garoppolo's out of the end zone to safety. And Trent Williams is shaken up for the Niners.
We're reacting to the Week 3 loss all day long.
Hey, you guys are way too kind to Garoppolo. I mean, seriously, the guy, does he have any kind of field presence? I mean, 3 turnovers on this guy alone. Realistically, this guy is a joke.
Only on 95.7, The Game.
It's easy to think all money managers are pretty much the same. But at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different? How? You sell high commission investment products, right?
No. Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission-based investment products.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Nope, never at Fisher. We're a fiduciary, obligated to act in our client's best interest. It's the highest standard of care for a financial advisor.
How do you know what's in their best interest?
We get to know our clients and then tailor a portfolio based on their goals and needs.
But you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we have one transparent management fee, structured so we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, you really do look out for your clients.
That's because our top priority is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement. It might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments. Clearly different money management.
Investments and securities involve the risk of loss.
The Grand National Rodeo is making its triumphant return to the Cow Palace on October 7th and 8th. Don't miss the awe-inspiring action of the Bronco Bucks of bareback riding, steer wrestling, bull riding, and all that you love about the rodeo. Get your tickets now at cowpalace.com and click Grand National Home. The anticipation is high for the 2022 Grand National Rodeo, October 7th and 8th.
It's the bottom of the ninth, the game's on the line, and your small business needs a loan fast. What's your move? Go to OnDeck.com, America's largest online small business lender. With OnDeck, you can apply in minutes, and if approved, get your funds as soon as the same day. Go to OnDeck.com. Your loan is on deck. Depending on certain loan attributes, your business loan may be issued by OnDeck or Celtic Bank, a Utah Chartered Industrial Bank member FDIC. Limited eligibility for same-day funding. OnDeck does not lend in every state. All loans subject to lender approval.
I had a nighttime routine for my frequent heartburn. I would drink milk. I would sleep upright with more pillows. But that painful burning stayed. So I made Prilosec OTC part of my morning routine. With just one pill in the morning, Prilosec OTC prevents excess acid production, blocking heartburn day and night. Now I have a new nighttime routine. I call it sleeping.
One pill, 24 hours, zero heartburn. With Prilosec OTC. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
If you have a small business, Staples has your sign.
Banners for my bakery?
Staples has your sign.
Oh, posters for my new pet store.
Floor decals for a pharmacy.
Every day, Staples associates help every kind of small business create bold signs to make big impressions. And now get $10 off custom signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. This is your sign, so print it big at Staples. Ends 10/1. Visit staplesconnect.com/thisisyoursign for details.
Have you considered walking through another door? I don't mean to pursue another opportunity, but upgrading a door in your home. Now, if you are in fact looking for another opportunity, Golden State Window and Door can provide you with plenty. You can create renewed function and design for use indoors and out. You'll find modern options like Marvin's Elevate In-Swing French Door, Barn Doors by Trustyle, or Anderson Big Doors that welcome in natural light. Golden State Window and Door features a variety of materials, sizes, and glass options. You can get inspired by the many possibilities when you visit goldenstatelumber.com. Click on virtual tours and you'll discover beautifully planned displays of doors and windows of all kinds that will spark your imagination. Then, talk with our builder or designer to see what might be a good fit for your home. Serving the Bay Area for 3 generations. Golden State. When you succeed, we succeed.
How
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor. And he can do just about anything because
I make the earth take the shape that I want it to take.
But the Hubbards use their 1025R because
We really are trying to create this homestead.
there are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours? Nothing runs like a Deere. Get a 1-Series tractor for just $124 per month at your John Deere dealer today. For additional cost information, please call toll-free 855-633-2315.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, an oil change with full synthetic oil like Valvoline Advance can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP Extended Life oil filter for only $36.99. Find your solution for better fuel efficiency today at any of our 6,200 stores or on AutoZone.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
This football season, adopt a new tradition that's sure to turn fans into family. The Jim Beam Highball. That's beam and soda over ice with a lemon slice. Share one at the stadium or make one at home. Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2022, James B. Beam Distilling Company, Claremont, Kentucky. Drink smart.
Wildfire is coming. Get set by knowing what to take and where to go. If you need to evacuate, go early to protect your family and community. Wildfire is coming. Do you have a plan? Learn more at readyforwildfire.org.
Neuropathy pain? Call Dr. Robert Dees, DC, 925-393-0100.
Chris Cuomo is back with a new show on a new network. Cuomo premieres on News Nation Monday, October 3rd at 5 p.m. Pacific. To find News Nation on your television provider, go to newsnationnow.com/join us.
Breaking news on 95.7 The Game is brought to you by Beat the Street. Tips to win a $5.6 million prize. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh my God.
Now, back to the morning roast with Bonte and Shasky.
You know, B, I told myself, I'm not going to get triggered by the Jimmy G thing, and he's going to play bad at some point, and I'm not going to lose my mind. I was thinking about it long and hard. I had a long drive this morning from the cabin because I watched the game at the cabin. And I was driving in, and there was nothing on the radio until Spadoni got on at 5 a.m. And so I was just thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking. The reason why I'm talking about for myself, why I was so pissed about last week and just how Trey Lance was being used is because I knew if he goes down, okay, we're not getting an opportunity to just see it. We're not going to get a chance to see it, to see if Kyle's guy that he hand-selected and him could work it out. If Trey's any good, if this team can go to the next level, all of the questions that we had, all right? And everybody kept saying, it's good. We're fine. We got Jimmy Garoppolo. And I know he played like crap yesterday, and he's not going to play as bad as he did last night the rest of the way through if he could stay in there. And maybe they make the playoffs. Maybe they do, all right? Maybe they do. But it just cements how pissed I am about what happened last week. I'm looking at that coach, and every call that he's dialing up, every decision on personnel, everything is through the prism of me looking at him going, you wrecked your number 3 overall pick. You have botched the quarterback situation from day one until now. You have a divided locker room, and you aren't holding up your end of the bargain because you were told that you were going to come here and fix the offense. And I look up 6 years later, and I look at a team that's allergic to the forward pass. And I look at a coach who wrecked, whether you want to say it was at one play. No, it is the totality of how he used it. He was the guy who was in position to find out whether his hand-selected guy was the guy or not. And the kid got hurt, and he's out, and we don't even know how long he's going to be out or if he's ever going to get an opportunity again with this head coach. I don't know, and I'm not firing Kyle. I'm just saying it is hard for me to look at him the same. And then when I see Jimmy Garoppolo have that kind of a performance, I throw my hands up and I say, Bonte, I said to you, coming out of the Minnesota Viking game, a divisional round game, this is the exact same thing I said about Alex Smith. This is the same thing I said about Colin Kaepernick. My entire adult life, elite top-tier defense. Just not good enough offense. And I thought things would be different with Kyle. I thought things would be different with Trey Lance. I thought things would be different at some point maybe with Jimmy Garoppolo. Wrong. I feel like a scorned lover this morning. I'm so over it. And look, I'm not saying I'm out on Shanahan and he needs to be fired. No, I'm just saying I can't look at him the same right now. Now, maybe in 8 weeks, I look up and this team maybe is number one in the West and things look totally different. But right now, this morning, I'm sorry. I am pissed. And in terms of approval rating with Kyle Shanahan, all-time low. All-time low.
So,
I can't look at him the same.
The 49ers under Kyle Shanahan. 2017, they were 20th in points scored per game in the NFL. 20th. Okay, we give them a pass for 2017 because that was a terrible roster.
Yeah, horrible.
2018, 21st in the league in points scored. Now you lost Jimmy Garoppolo week 3. You're going to play Nick Mullins or C.J. Beathard, whatever. 2019, you get Jimmy Garoppolo for the entire season. They're second in points scored per game. You say the defense helped out a lot with that, whatever. They were second in the league in points per game. 2020, 21st in points per game. Last year, 13th in points per game. Right now, they're 28th in points per game. So this first of all, don't ever call Kyle Shanahan an offensive genius ever again. He's a good play caller. But now, we're looking at the play design, and we're having questions about that. We already had questions about him being a quote-unquote quarterback whisperer because Jimmy Garoppolo has regressed under him. Trey Lance was used like a fullback yesterday. The play designing that was so creative the last 5 years, now we're questioning whether or not that's in South Beach, down in Miami with Mike McDaniel and the 3-0 Dolphins. Now we're questioning whether or not Kyle Shanahan was the brains behind the operation for all those great play designs. And it's not getting any better because Trent Williams is going to be out 4 to 6 weeks, it sounds like, with a high ankle sprain. Who knows if he'll be back Monday Night Football? You sure can use him because Aaron Donald's come to town.
They got one great run from their running back yesterday.
One great run from Jeff Wilson Jr., his career high, 37 yards. That's it.
That's one drive. Kind of a sad sentence right there.
Career high, 37-yard run for Jeff Wilson Jr. Then he fumbles at the end of the game. The game was over to me, in my opinion.
I mean, when he took the sack on the play before, it was like so obvious.
You know, so I'm not saying fire Shanahan either. I don't even think he's on the hot seat. But it looks nasty because when I was at Warriors Media Day yesterday, Shasky, I talked to a lot of people, different beat writers, they all said the same thing. And they cannot believe it. And actually, some of the people called out Niner beat writers. They were like, why doesn't anybody take Shanahan to task? He used Trey Lance like a fullback. Now, you want to say you can't blame Shanahan for Trey Lance getting hurt? It's the totality in which he ran Trey Lance with. How come you couldn't use that game plan yesterday for Trey Lance, where he's just throwing the ball from the pocket? I know he can hit those throws down the field. I know he's not afraid to throw the out route with velocity on it. I know there's going to be mistakes, but I'd rather live with mistakes from a second-year player who's got 4 starts under his belt than a 9-year veteran who we've seen since 2017, Chasky. We've seen it over and over again.
I can't think of one head coach who's an offensive-minded head coach who's this scared. Just look at every decision is made out of fear. What if Trey goes down? You got to keep Jimmy. Jimmy, I don't want you to throw the ball because you could throw an interception.
Right.
Let's not go for it on 4th and 2 in the NFC Championship game, even though we're at the 38-yard line, because you know what? If we miss the field goal, we're going to give them a short yardage.
Right. You got a great defense.
Where is the swashbuckling confidence? You know where it is? It's at the podium talking down to the media, but it sure as hell ain't on your play calling. It sure as hell ain't in your situational game management.
Nope.
And so I asked this simple question. We brought him here to fix the offense. Of all the problems on this team, is offense not number one?
It's number one. It's number one. Number one.
What is the excuse? If you want to point and say it's just Jimmy Garoppolo, he picked Jimmy. He was so happy that we got a backup. You have 2 starters. You know, we got 2. How many times have we heard he's one of the best throwers in the world of the
football? He just told us Friday he's one of the best throwers on the planet. On the planet. Lied to us all. Let's go to Bay Rob in the city.
I'm so frustrated.
Bay Rob, what's happening? You're on the roast.
All right, good morning, fellas. First of all, let's start here. Hey, bro, I'm going to keep it 100. Shanahan picked the wrong quarterback. I ain't got nothing against Trey Lance. He's too young. He's too green. He should have stayed in college. Second of all, Matt Jones was our quarterback. He can hit them throws. We all know he can hit them throws. He dialed Jimmy these throws up that a softball coming down the middle, and Jimmy cannot never hit the home run. This always been our problem with Jimmy. We know what we getting from Jimmy. He is not going to hit that home run from. And I believe Jones was the one that could do that. Shanahan do not know nothing about no quarterback that's a scrambling, running quarterback. Look what his daddy did. His daddy got MG3 hurt. Shanahan is just like his daddy. They destroy running backs and they destroy mobile quarterbacks. Tell me something different.
Well, Mac Jones.
Not Trey Lance hurt on purpose.
Mac Jones,
Mac Jones thanks for the call.
Looks mediocre right now with the greatest coach of all time. Now, Patricia's not that, but
Joe Judge, too.
Mac Jones looks garbage. So, whatever. I'm not even mad about that. Here's the thing. This is why I'm so pissed about last week, and I felt like the season was pretty much, not that it's over, but, the biggest question was, is Trey any good? I have no idea. Because the hand-selected quarterback and the coach who got an opportunity to pick him, we can't even hear it. We don't even get a chance to see it.
We don't even get this.
We have no idea.
So the excitement of the season.
We have no idea.
When I go to a game now, or I get ready to watch 49er football, I want to see them win, and I know the defense is going to perform, but I'm just like, got to watch this offense. I got to watch this offense. And there's nothing. It's the same angle route out of the backfield. It's the same slant route. It's the same wheel route down the sideline that Jimmy can't hit for whatever reason. Throws right there for him.
But then why did we obsess over a Tyler Kroft miss in the rain in a downpour? Yet we don't even look at the 18 gazillion misses over the middle, over the deep end, over the top on Jimmy Garoppolo. It's not.
You know why? Because all that Jimmy does is win. All Jimmy does is win.
Didn't we watch? See, can I ask you a question? We watched this same fan base. Watched a guy, and we termed it Matt Caned. We termed it that.
Yep.
We were like, that guy pitched good enough to win. Yet this same fan base can't contextualize that the defense plays good enough to win all the time.
It's not everybody, though. It's not everybody. It's a minority. That's not fair. There's a lot of people out on Jimmy Garoppolo. But now, what's happening this year, Jimmy Garoppolo, in a way, gets a pass, right? I'm frustrated because he stinks as a quarterback. I'm sorry. It's just, last night was abysmal. And the excuses after the game,
wanted to move
it was
off.
abysmal. This is
so
why
obvious.
But
come on, so obvious. This is why they made the trade.
But you know what? The spotlight is now on Kyle Shanahan.
Agreed.
It's all on Kyle Shanahan. They botched the entire offseason. You bring Jimmy back. Last week, Shanahan, they win a game, and you want to be arrogant towards everybody saying, go watch Buffalo, go watch other teams, everybody runs that play. And then we go watch Buffalo, Josh Allen runs one time. And then you lie to us on Friday and say, hey, he's one of the best throws on the planet. Shanahan, the spotlight is on him. It's on him. You lost all the assistants. McDaniels in Miami, 3-0. LaFleur's in Green Bay, 2-1. Nathaniel Hackett may be the worst coach in pro football, and he got a win yesterday. He got a win against you, Kyle Shanahan. The spotlight falls on him. You're the offensive guru. You're the son of Mike Shanahan. We need to see something from you, Kyle. We need to see something from you. Because you act like you could win with anything, which is why you drafted C.J. Beathard in the third round of 2017. You said, no, I'm not going to scout Mahomes and Watson. I'm not going to scout those guys. I'm going to wait on Kirk Cousins, and I'm going to draft C.J. Beathard in the third round. This is all on Shanahan. At the end of the day, this entire season falls on him, and the spotlight is bright. It is bright. You want to be one of the best coaches? You ain't in McVay's league right now, bro. I told you that last year. I'm going to tell you that again this week.
We all think Debo's good. We don't even know what position he is, but we think he's a good player.
He's a running back now.
Okay? Ayuk, we all think he's got promise. Kittle, Kittle's awesome. Trent Williams, awesome. The fullback, we love him. They got a great running game. Last year, the Niners scored 30-plus points 3 games in a row. 10, 11, and 12. Those were the weeks in 2021.
Was that Seattle, Cincinnati, and who else was
I forget what the other game was.
Maybe Atlanta?
Yeah, I'm not sure. But since then, since week 12 of last year, they've broken 30 points one time in 12 games, including the playoffs, and are averaging only 20 points per game.
Yeah. Offensive guru. Let's go to VR out in Philly, watching this via YouTube. VR, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, what's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
I'm good. I mean, I've had better days.
Man, I'm telling you. Can y'all hear me good?
Oh, yeah.
We got you.
What you got?
All right. Man, I just want to say, man, y'all are spot on everything y'all said. And to be honest, I want to get out here. I got a low cut. I want to pull my freaking hair out. It was so abysmal, like just watching that game last night. And it's honestly, we are this mad. And my man, Shasky, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right.
Yeah.
Like, I know why you were so mad, right? Just a few minutes ago when you went on that little rant, and and you were spot on, right? It's because for the past, Shanahan's been here for however many years. I don't even know. I can't even think.
6 years now.
Like, because I'm so, right, 6 years now. And it's just the same thing over and over and over again. And then everybody got to get off the phone here, be politically correct.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is this, is that, all these. No. At the end of the day, we're going to keep it 1,000. Like, you guys just, he's average. He's just like, not what everybody claim he is.
Nope.
Like,
here's the irony of it. It's a good call. It's a good call. Here's the irony of the whole thing. Jimmy and Kyle deserve each other right now.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
Because they're kind of the same guy. Couple of good things, leaving me wanting more almost all the time. Almost all the time.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ, FM, and AC1 San Francisco. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Download the Odyssey app, your favorite 95.7 The Game for the best and most up-to-date sports coverage. And do not forget that you can also watch us every day on our YouTube and Twitch streams. Just log on and search on 85.7 The Game.
Let's go back to week 1. Okay, yeah, you're in the rain, blah, blah, blah. How many, wow, that's a clever play. 1, maybe 2 a game?
No, you know what we got from that?
Wow.
No, you know what we got from that? Damn, what a throw by Trey Lance. Wow, I haven't seen a throw like that in a long time.
I'm saying from the play caller.
Oh, the
how
play
many,
caller.
How many wow great calls have you seen?
I'm
asking you.
Here's a text, 707, Comcast Business Text Line. Because I keep telling you this.
Yeah.
It's the same as jet sweeps every single week.
It's so
Number
predictable.
19's in the backfield.
It's so
and you know the defense is saying, alert, alert, alert. 19 in the backfield. Alert, alert, alert.
How about the smoke screen?
Can you play some play action pass off the 19, off of Deebo Samuel running the ball? That is done. Defenses had an entire offseason to get ready for Deebo Samuel running the football.
It felt like the Wildcat. It's come and gone.
You can't get creative. You can't get him down the field. Wow, he ran down the field on the dig route. Jimmy got it to him. Nice catch and throw. First down, 49ers. But can I see more of that? What about Brandon Ayuk? He's a stud. He has star potential. You moved back into the first round to draft Brandon Ayuk in a draft that had Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb. Who else am I missing? Jerry Jeudy, he's got a case of the dropsies. Henry Ruggs, who's in jail.
Yeah, but at least they keep throwing to him.
I mean, Brandon Ayuk was invincible in the second half. Now you want to say Patrick Surtain blanketed him? I don't know. Can you find ways to get Brandon Ayuk the ball? I saw a play in the third quarter.
He had 3 catches, and then after they scored a touchdown, I don't think he had another target.
Yeah, well,
I didn't see one.
Jimmy Garoppolo short hopped him.
That's right, the one. That's right, the one. You're right.
He short hopped him.
Yeah.
Short hopped the shortstop. He was giving Collinsworth was like, boy, got to put a better throw on that. And that's what I love about the announcers these days. They're becoming more and more critical of the quarterback play. They're becoming more and more critical. And Aikman said it all last year. Garoppolo drives people crazy because he's erratic, he's inconsistent, and the GBO no throws are coming.
Doesn't it feel like this offense
I don't
is
like any of it, to be honest with you.
It's so predictable right now. And people are like, oh, Kyle's such a brilliant. Yeah, okay. Then why does it feel like I'm watching? Because, like, Chip, the biggest issue I would Chip, I knew the play before it was even hyped. I'm like, oh, this is a fake, slow developing read zone play. They're going to throw a slant to Jeremy Curley. Like, on third, I think it was 3rd and 11. When they threw short to Debo, it was the most predictable play I have ever seen. And I was like, oh, Debo, please break 15 tackles and try not to get hurt. And that was the one where he stayed down on the ground, and everybody thought the same thing. Uh-oh. Right?
The same thing. The same thing. The same thing.
Does Kittle know that he can take a seam route? Do the Niners know you can split him out wide?
Again, and we got a long time for this. I just watched the Texans go to Chicago yesterday, put up 20. You know, the Texans put up 20.
I don't even know who their offensive coordinator is.
I mean, Davis Mills went in there. They were moving the ball up and down the field.
Give me Davis Mills. I'd rather have Davis Mills than Jimmy G. I'm going to tell you that right now.
The Niners in 2 games to score 20 points. 2 games. They scored 10 against the Bears and 10 yesterday against Denver. Now, but here's the spin, though. Boy, that Denver Broncos defense is better than we all thought. Shasky and I tried to tell you last week the Denver Broncos defense was really, really good.
What was the matchup? Who was the guy I kept identifying? I go, McGlinchey. They're
Randy
going to
Gregory.
find McGlinchey.
Well, Randy Gregory over Mike McGlinchey was the X factor.
And I didn't think it could get worse. Then Jalen Moore came in. Jalen Moore, on 2 consecutive plays, was blocking air.
Let's go to Rob in Dublin. Rob in Dublin, what's happening? You're on the roast. He's listening via the Transistor Radio.
Rob?
What's up, Rob?
Hey, good morning, fellas. I don't get it, man. How is it that I can coach the team from the couch? Like, I see every play develop. Every one of them. I don't get it. Bonte, I'm on your Twitter handle. I'm like, you're stealing the words out of my mouth. Before I can even say it, you're already tweeting it. But at this point in time, I'm ready for open trials like Dick Vermeil did in Invincible. I'm ready for Uncle Rico to come and take over for Jimmy. Get rid of this bum. I'm out, fellas. I'm sorry, man.
You know what? You know what?
But they had a first and in 7 seconds.
Yeah, you know what?
And 55 third-round picks all lined up for them.
Let me say this real quick. I feel sick to my stomach this morning because of a couple things. 1, Jimmy Garoppolo, and 2, Kyle Shanahan. But 3, 2 out of 3 weeks, hell, every single week this season, the defense has played their asses off.
Oh, they're elite.
Talanoa Hufanga has been playing great football.
Yeah. Yes.
Smacking dudes.
Nick Bosa was trying so hard last night.
I mean, Kinlaw's popping.
How about Warner?
Givens popping. Drake Jackson comes up with a sack.
How fast are these linebackers when they throw to a running back the flat?
Drake Greenlaw and Fred Warner Jr. are hitting people
everywhere.
Emmanuel Mosley looks like the most underrated cornerback in football. He always says in these big games, every time, going back to 2019, when he put Cooper Kupp on his back at the LA Memorial Coliseum, Emmanuel Mosley smacks dudes. Charvarius Ward, wow, looks like a great signing. Looks like a hell of a signing.
Look sweet, doesn't
he? Looks sweet.
I thought that was a touchdown to Jerry Jeudy over the top.
This defense has not missed Jimmy Ward yet. They didn't miss Eric Armstead last night. And we can't talk about the defense of DeMeco Ryans because of the offensive ineptitude. From the head coach and the quarterback position.
They gave up 9 points yesterday. 9.
Defense has been footing up. We should be talking about this great defense all day long. They have a Super Bowl caliber defense. They hit you, and then Michael Silver, he joins Will Under Dibs every single week. Has the audacity. You know, this defense, they show that they can't carry a football team through an entire game. What else do you want them to do last night? You knew Russell Wilson was good for one drive. He was good for one drive. This defense is on the field because your offense is going 3 and out all the damn time. Your offense is 0 for 9 on third downs until late in the fourth quarter when Jimmy almost throws a no-no throw to Ronald Darby and he hits Juwan Jennings with Collinsworth. Everybody said, damn, we thought that was a pick 6. This defense has been playing lights out. And I can't spend time on the defense because this offense stinks. Because this offense, all the people who want to watch fantasy football and 42 to 40 games, well, we ain't getting that out here in San Francisco. It's going to be a lot of 17 to 13 games, a lot of 12 to 10 games, 11 to 10 games. And this defense is so damn good. They're ready to roll, Shasky. They're ready to roll all the way into Glendale, Arizona in February. But it's the offense, and it's the creativity, and it's the head coach who told us to go watch Buffalo and see how they call plays. It's beyond frustrating. An offensive head coach who can't put up more than 10 points in 2 to 3 games so far this season. And you think it's going to change next week against the Rams on Monday Night Football? You think something's going to change? Same quarterback. No Trent Williams. You got no Elijah Mitchell. You got no TDP. Deebo Samuel's banged up. George Kittle looks like he's 70%. What's going to change?
We fell for the banana in the tailpipe. Can we all admit it? We hadn't seen Jimmy in so long. Everyone had fooled themselves. Did people watch? We argued over here. I said, did you guys watch the Dallas Cowboy playoff game? Did people watch the Green Bay game? I drove down with my dad and watched Jimmy Garoppolo firsthand in the NFC Championship game. That game last night was nearly identical to all of those games, except they had a little bit more offense early in the Dallas game. That was it. Literally, that was it. It is a story of missed opportunities and hanging on for dear life, coaching scared, losing at the end.
Dude, I was in Dallas at Jerry's World, and I literally was getting queasy during the fourth quarter. And I said, they're not winning this football game. And then you watch the Green Bay game, and you're praying for dear life for just one drive. Thank God for special teams. They were special that night in Lambeau Field. And then we were down there at SoFi Stadium. And the third play of the game for the Niners offense. After holding the Rams to a 3 and out. I'll never forget the buzz that was in the air at SoFi Stadium. Niner fans were humming, feeling it. And a big third down comes up, and Shanahan dials up the right play, and Kittle's running down the seam wide open. Your dad's telling you, he's got Kittle. We all do it.
I thought he's pinpoint accurate, though. That's what everyone told me.
And he airmailed it. But yet y'all had the audacity. A lot of you guys out there had the audacity to get on Trey Lance for overthrowing Tyler Kroft. Tyler Kroft shouldn't even be on the roster. Think about who he's throwing to. Jimmy's overthrowing George Kittle in the NFC Championship game. And y'all want to get on Trey? That's why I'm so fired up. For the way people treated Trey Lance last week. It was disgusting. Starting with that locker room, going to Michael Silver saying, yeah, Jimmy Garoppolo gives us a better chance to win. Jimmy Garoppolo gives us a better chance to win. And they go out there and stink it up on Sunday Night Football. Embarrassing, man. This is not fun. I'm not having fun watching 49er football. I'm not having fun.
They got out-coached.
By Nathaniel Hackett.
By a guy we all think is the worst head coach in the league.
Who just hired a game manager for him. He just hired some dude to help him with game management on a Saturday night.
Maybe we should do it.
Worked out for the Broncos.
Hey, Kyle, when it's 1st and 1,000 from the 1, don't run a screenplay and have your quarterback run out of bounds and throw a pick 6. Wow. And lose your franchise tackle.
Wow.
All in one play.
All in one play.
And the worst of the 3 was the safety.
Yeah.
That's the funniest part.
As Steve Taylor said on Twitter, it was a pick 8. That's what that was. It was a pick 8. Streets are saying it was a pick 8. More of your phone calls coming up. Brought to you by Fremont Bake, full service baking, no compromises.
It's a Monster Monday on 95.7 The Game.
Wilson has it on the run. Lost the football. Denver's got it. And Denver's got this one.
We're reacting all day with Loneal, Michael Irvin, and you.
Oh, my God.
Dylan wants to weigh in.
Jimmy G is just not that guy, man. He's just another guy on the field who's average at best.
On the Bay Area's sports station, 95.7 The Game.
Well, I know who's reliable, and that's Kirby, because they are your driveway mechanic. They bring the shop to you. Brakes, tire replacements, oil changes, so much more. And they've added an eco-friendly wash, barely uses any water, and makes your car look brand new. The ultimate convenience, easy booking, transparent pricing, on-time arrival service in your driveway. No waiting rooms, no coordinating rides, direct access to the mechanic. Friendly and reliable service, no middlemen, no upsells. Get $50 off your first oil change with the code OIL50. That's OIL50. Check out Kirby.com. That's CURBEE.com.
Hi, I'm Aaron, owner of California Deluxe Windows. Ever notice? When your neighbors get new windows, there is a large black eye of broken stucco, uneven plaster, and even mismatched paint. At California Deluxe Windows, we never leave a ring around the window. Why? Because we are one of the only companies in California who custom crafts every window and door to your home's exact measurements. Almost everyone else on the radio is a distributor. They grab a window from a warehouse, break open your walls, shove it in, and patch things up. At California Deluxe Windows, we take pride in our work. Our installation technique is so precise, we do not break your stucco. Your house could be covered with potato chips, and we wouldn't crack one.
Call now, and for a limited time, you get 30% off your entire order and 24 months of interest-free financing. 800-874-3600. 800-874-3600. That's 800-874-3600. California Deluxe Windows. Windows engineered for life.
Certain terms and conditions apply. CSLB number 774518.
Everything, our farm, our stand, our pop-up shop, it really all started when we discovered the benefits of local, raw honey for our family.
And then we decided to turn it into a business.
We were looking for something to help us get up and running.
So we got the Chase Business Complete Banking Account.
It's more than a bank account. It comes with Quick Accept, which lets us take card payments anytime, anywhere in the U.S. using the Chase mobile app. Plus, we get same-day deposits at no extra cost. For us, it's more than honey. It's about sharing a little sweetness with the world.
Get the Chase Business Complete Banking Account with the essentials you need to help get your business going. Learn more at chase.com/business-complete-banking. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Quick Accept is not available in U.S. territories. Enrollment required. Usage subject to approval. Same-day deposits available for payments before 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday to Friday. Fees and rates apply for checking and processing. Limitations and restrictions apply. Participants compensated. Merchant services provided by Payment Tech LLC and WePay Inc. Subsidiaries of J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Do you think all premium fuels are the same? Well, your engine doesn't. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus helps keep your engine running like new because it's engineered to defend against 4 main engine threats: gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. So next time, choose Shell's most advanced fuel ever. It's fuel for thought. In engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box. All for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data at regular rates. Go to Xfinity.com/gig, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and autopay. New Gigabit Extra internet customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. Xfinity Mobile requires post-pay Xfinity internet. Reduced speeds after 20 gigabytes wireless usage. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
Elise and Carl's Bakery needed a small business loan fast, but instead of going to On Deck, Carl called
Lone Falcon!
Really? Carl?
There's a better way to get a fast small business loan. Go to OnDeck.com. And if approved, get your loan as soon as the same day. Your loan is on deck. Depending on certain loan attributes, your business loan may be issued by OnDeck or Celtic Bank, a Utah Chartered Industrial Bank member FDIC. Limited eligibility for same-day funding. OnDeck does not lend in every state. All loans subject to lender approval.
A hot shower should be hot. A Navien tankless water heater makes sure your hot shower is hot or warm or mostly hot, but not quite hot, but warmer than warm. Whether you take it in the morning, after work, doesn't matter. Do you want a quick rinse or a full-on luxurious, I think I'm in heaven spa-length investment of time? Your choice whenever you want it. A Navien tankless water heater keeps your hot water hot. Backed up by Navien's powerful warranty. Get the hot water you need whenever you need it, period, at tanklessmadesimple.com.
Dancing crew, trip for 2, nailed the final interview. Game with Doug. Brand new mug. Come here, kid. Give me a hug. The more you want to do, the more we want to do. Boosters designed for COVID-19 variants are now available. If you've had your primary series, schedule an updated COVID-19 booster appointment as soon as you're eligible. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Second and 10 from his own end zone. Garoppolo's out of the end zone. It's a safety. Remember, Dan Orlovsky did that. Stepped all the way out of the end zone. It's a safety, and that kills the play before everything else on the pick. So it is 7-5, and Trent Williams is shaken up for the Niners.
I don't know that I've ever seen a safety be a break for a team, but it certainly was there.
Now, back to the morning roast with Bonte and Shasky.
Tirico, Collinsworth on the call, NBC Sports. That was the pick 8, the safety. There should have been pick 6. This is an absolute catastrophe. And I'm looking at the 972 Comcast Business text line. Our boy, Derek the mailman. What up, Derek? Down in Dallas. Bonte, I think our offense is so pedestrian, we can't even open the playbook because Shanny knows how limited Jimmy is, and he doesn't trust him.
Is Jimmy ready?
The let Jimmy cook narrative was such a joke. The guy can't cook. He can't even microwave at this point. That's Derek the mailman in Dallas, diehard Niner fan.
If I hear the Trey ain't ready line from someone ever again, it's just like it makes me want to throw up, especially considering what I saw last night. Like, what Niner football were you watching the last 3 years?
You know what Niner football you were watching last night?
Give it to me.
13 first downs, 1 for 10 on third down, 25 minutes and 31 seconds of time of possession. Denver had the ball 34 minutes and 29 seconds.
Defense was on the field way too long.
Way too long in the second half.
You can't convert a third down to save your life.
You can't convert a third. Denver did in the second half, 6 of 19. We're basically 6 of 19 for the game. Most of those coming in the second half. So there's some numbers you wanted to bring up because we saw the same tweet.
Yeah.
Shasky, and I want you to reply to this.
Well, it's the one thing that people keep saying to me, like, Joe, the team wins with Jimmy. And I'm like, okay, no, they won in 2019.
Right.
Since 2019, let's go there because it's as if 2020 never happened.
So after starting 19-5, the Niners are 12-10 since 2020 with Jimmy Garoppolo starting. Jimmy's thrown 18 interceptions and lost 4 fumbles in those 22 games. In 46 regular season starts as the Niners starter, Garoppolo's thrown 39 interceptions and lost 9 fumbles. That's 48 total turnovers. 49 if you count the safety. That's from Al Sacco 49 on Twitter. And you've been saying this a long time. the turnovers, the fumbles, the sacks.
It's the decision making.
It's the decision making.
Like the number one thing. Like, okay. We could talk about footwork with Trey Lance. We could talk about arm strength. We could talk about delivery. We could talk about all these fundamentals. And none of that applies to Jimmy Garoppolo when his fundamentals are horrific. And as a 9-year veteran, the worst part of Jimmy Garoppolo is decision making. Yep. It's inarguable at this point.
Plays were there to be made last night. Plays were there to be made last night.
How about the narrative that he's super accurate and Trey's not accurate enough on the underneath stuff? I saw a guy airmailing throws all over the field. And if you want to say, Joe, that's one game. No, that's who he's been for the majority of his time. Now, just because the team wins, people cannot separate. And this is where you always go, all the national people, not you, but like people always say, the national people think this. Vegas thinks this. My eyes are telling me this dude, he won games in 2019. He had great moments in 2019. Since then, they have won despite him. 2020 and 2021. Has he had a game or two like the Cincinnati final 5 minutes? He was awesome.
Sure.
He was awesome.
Sure.
He was awesome. But then the Tennessee game happens.
Yeah.
All right? People forget. You know who threw the game-winning touchdown pass to get us into the playoffs?
Oh, it was Deebo Samuel and Juwan Jennings. And that was on the drive. And we say ran the ball, 11, 12 straight times? Remember that?
Yes.
They ran the ball 11, 12. They even let him throw on that drive.
But Trey's not ready.
Trey's not ready.
But my 9-year veteran who's 31 years old and has made $140 million, he's not ready either. So at what point do we say, who is ready? Is the coach ready?
Is Shanahan ready to pick a quarterback?
Know. Everything's up to after a game like last night. You're still alive. You could still win the division.
It's very early in the season.
Oh, they were 2-4. They were 3-5 last year. All that's true. In the NFL, when you lose the way you did as the standalone game, you deserve to be walking out of there as a Niner fan going, I don't know what's up and what's down anymore. I have no idea what to make of this
Comcast
team.
Business Text Line 510. Y'all were juiced for Jimmy last week. Now look at y'all. Listen, the morning roast, we were not juiced for Jimmy Garoppolo. We were sad for Trey Lance. Unlike many members in that locker room, it felt like when they were quick to run to a columnist moments after we knew that Trey Lance broke his ankle. Because you know what? That was Niner football last week against Seattle. Oh, Jimmy looks so good. The offense just looks so much better with Jimmy Garoppolo playing quarterback than Trey Lance. And now we got a shot to win his Super Bowl.
Well, and what did
that look like a Super Bowl offense last night?
No. Well, what did you and I say before? When Trey was at quarterback, this offensive line stinks, in the words of Steiny. They're lousy.
Lousy.
Oh, you know what's going to be funny is when PFF comes out with their grades later on today, and they're going to tell me the offensive line was the top-rated offensive line, and Jimmy Garoppolo actually outperformed, every other quarterback in the league, yesterday. That's what they're going to tell you. PFF. I guarantee it. You just mark my words.
Let's go back out to the lines. 888-957-9570. Let's rat-a-tat-tat some of these calls. They've been on hold for a while. Start off with Max in Oakland. Then we'll get down the list here. Max in Oakland listening on the radio. What's up, Max? You're on the roast here on 95.7 The Game.
Man, what's going on, fellas? First of all, Jimmy sucks. He's trash. I'm stressed out. I'm anorexic right now. This is ridiculous. I do not get it. Missed passes. Deebo wide open for a touchdown. What happened to being red and gold till you're dead and cold? I don't get it.
When my starting quarterback, here's one thing. I watched Jimmy walk off that field, and he's like laughing.
He's like smiling.
So let me just play both sides of this for just a second, okay? Trevor Wilson was a pitcher for the Giants who had this weird thing where he would be smiling the entire time.
He's so weird.
But it was his way of dealing with the anxiety, coming to find out years later. People deal with things in different ways. And I do believe at times Jimmy Garoppolo's kind of go-to setting is to laugh when it's an uncomfortable situation. But I'll after the game, on my couch cannot feel worse about the loss than my starting quarterback. I don't, even if that's like an anxiety thing or a coping mechanism from him, like it's a bad look.
It's a terrible
If Trey
look.
Lance did that, if Trey Lance ran out of bounds, what would we be doing?
So not only is it a terrible look, but look at the time of possession of the second half. Denver in the third quarter had the ball for 10 minutes and 39 seconds of the 15 minutes in that quarter. In the fourth quarter, they had the ball for 9 minutes and 15 seconds of the 15 minutes in the fourth quarter. They had the ball for 20 to 30 minutes in the second half in that altitude. So I'm not making excuses for the defense. They did what they could do.
Who woke up and was like, you know what? The defense lost that game.
Yeah, no, nobody.
Who?
Nobody.
They played great.
But Denver finally made some plays. They started at their own 20-yard line with 10 minutes and 14 seconds left. And they went down the field 80 yards. 80 yards. And Russell Wilson made great plays. He made great plays on that drive.
How about the one where he evaded the sack on Nick Bosa, threw it away, and Collinsworth goes, just remember that play right there. And then, boom, 2 plays later, he hits the back shoulder throw, and they march down. They end up getting that touchdown.
27-yard play to Hinton on 3rd and 10. Collinsworth was right on the money. Right on the money with that one. It's a tough loss. Tough loss for the defense. And I know Fred Warner Jr. is taking accountability, and he's like, look, that's on us too. No, Fred. So you guys held them to 11 points.
Now they have to pitch shutouts?
Right, they got to pitch shutout. You held the Broncos at 9 points.
The defense got Matt caned. They did.
They did.
The offense. But B, I swear to God, that has been the story of the 49ers. This was the team of offense in the 80s and in the 90s. Okay?
The team that innovated offense.
And yet we are allergic to the forward pass when the league has made it easier to throw the ball down the field than ever before. You breathe
really
on a wide receiver, automatic 10 yards. You breathe on a guy. And this team is like, nope, we're going to run the ball and we're going to hurt all our running backs.
George Kittle, no impact. No impact. Where's he at?
He's George blocking. He's glorified right tackle.
No doubt. Let's go to
He's
Nick
one of the great blockers in the history of the NFL.
Let's go to Nick and Berkeley.
But that's why I'm paying him $20 million a year.
No doubt. Nick and Berkeley.
Hey, what's up, y'all, man?
What's up?
First of all, man, check this out. Shanahan, you need to check yourself, man, because you know what? Your little bunch packages on the 50-yard line, they're supposed to be for the goal line, bro. I don't know what football you're trying to coach. You got everybody, bunched up within the hash marks almost. Spread the offense out, man. Help the linemen out. You know what I'm saying? The Kittles, stop doing all the damn commercials. Hit the weight room, man. You looking weak out there, playing like a punk. You know what I mean? Just keep it real. I mean, you got Debo running inside the tackles now, man. Put Debo in space with Ayuk in space, man. Learn how to run run and shoot if you have to. I mean, I don't know what Shanahan is trying to do. I mean, Lynch needs to grab him by his collar and let him know that, hey, man, I'm about to pick some offensive players because you're not doing it. Shanahan's arrogance is going to be his downfall, man, because he sits up there. A real coach will say, I lost this game. I'm not coaching right. And when the team wins, all praise to my assistant coaches and the players. That's what a real coach does. But Shanahan wants to sugarcoat it and weasel his way out of it, man. Why don't you have Lil Wayne drop some plays for you, homie? Because that's what's up right now.
Thanks for the call, Nick. Thanks for the call. Let's go to Akil in Dublin. Listening on the Odyssey app. Akil, what's happening? You're on a morning roast.
What's up, guys? Hey, thanks for taking my call. For me, my biggest concern was before the season started losing Mike McDaniels. And you see what he's doing in Miami. And I guarantee, I feel like if McDaniels was still on the staff, Trey Lance would not be hurt. Because McDaniels was not about just running the quarterback up the middle all the time. You saw what he did just last. I mean, he just beat the Bills last week. I know Tua's got the concussion right now, but it seems like he's resurrected Tua.
100%.
Last year, Tua was seen as a bust. Mm-hmm. And you see what McDaniels. So I just wonder, McDaniels with Trey Lance, what could have been?
Oh, it's a great question.
But early in the season, this is hope for the best, guys. Thank you.
No problem. Good call. Let me ask you a question before you go off, because a lot of people are bringing this up. I just want to bring up the game for a second. Last drive, or second to last possession. Niners have a first and 10 at their own 48-yard line. All right, they move from the ball from the 25. They're starting to hum, get a couple first downs. Like, all right, they have a chance to get in position for a game-winning field goal.
Yeah, all they needed was a field goal, which is ironic.
In that altitude.
When we watched Brady with 4 seconds march down the field and no wide receivers.
No wide receivers. So, first and 10, and he threw the pick six where Debo's got a guy behind him, and there's a defender sitting in the zone.
Not a pick six.
Just a pick.
Yeah, into triple coverage.
Into triple coverage.
And Debo got cracked.
Cracked on that play.
No one even just talking about that.
There's some people saying, kind of like the Super Bowl. First and 10 at your own 48, 2 minutes and 13 seconds left. Should they have ran the ball on that play? At some point, you're going to have to throw, but
Bonte, they were going to lose that game somehow, some way. All right? Like any Niner fan who has not watched that same exact game play out for 25 years is fooling themselves. Whether you want to say Russ is the main protagonist or you want to say their offense, their own quarterback is the main protagonist, they have failed to win that game for years. Years!
Yeah. It's hard to disagree.
But okay, so they run the ball. They try to choke out the clock a little. Seattle blows it a couple of timeouts.
Or Denver.
They were still, Denver. They were still going to give Russell Wilson the ball, and they're going to have to make a stop. The woulda, coulda, shoulda.
I don't blame you. I hear
How
you.
do you only score a field goal in the second half? Where are the adjustments?
Yeah.
You went down like a hot knife through butter on one drive and then nothing the rest of the game?
It's because the quarterback cannot make throws when you need him to make throws. He is who we all thought he was, which is why we all wanted to see Trey Lance. But unfortunately, we don't get to see that in 2022 because Trey Lance was drafted as a quarterback, but Kyle thought he was a fullback, baby, and he ran on one of these quarterback powers. So, again, you're running the ball with Trey Lance like he's a running quarterback. He's not. He's a pocket quarterback. This is why you drafted him. You drafted him because you wanted a pocket quarterback who could make throws from the pocket, who could evade pressure when you needed him to. But he's gone. Hey. We're not going to see him until 2023. He's gone, and we're back to this movie with Jimmy Garoppolo again. I am in the freaking Twilight Zone.
I know. And every soundbite from last week, Bonte, turned out to not be true. The lie detector test is that. How about when Jake Brendel said Jimmy Garoppolo's cadence is the gold standard? And yet on the final drive, the most important play of the game, it looked like the D lineman hiked the ball himself. He was in the backfield before Jimmy could even touch the ball and was sacking him.
Dude,
on the most crucial play of the drive.
What about the botch snap?
Man.
We forgot about the botch snap between Brendel and Jimmy Garoppolo. But the gold standard of cadence.
The gold standard.
You hear everybody, when you look at the top two releases in all of football, it's Brady number one or Brady number two, Garoppolo number one because his release is so fast. Yeah, when you're checking it down, getting the ball out in less than a second, of course your release is going to be fast. What does that do? And the whole, he threw a dart on the goal. It just, the salivating over Jimmy last week from the players and the coaches and a lot of media members out here, they need to apologize to this fan base. They need to apologize.
Can we admit,
because people they were doing their little happy dance.
Yeah, they were dancing on the kid's grave.
Sad.
I mean, it's insane.
It's sad. It's insane.
The level of runway we've given Jimmy Garoppolo after 5 years. And then you couldn't give that kid 5 quarters?
5 quarters.
5 years
Mike
for one guy.
It was the worst performance he possibly seen in Soldier Field, despite the rain and everything. Mike Martz, you want to go coach that guy, number 10? Remember Mike Martz a couple weeks ago said, I would love to coach Jimmy Garoppolo. I would love to coach him. You sure about that?
I had texted you, and I talked to you about this, and I had texted Steiny, and I talked to some of my buddies about this. The feeling I got last week with the whole locker room thing the night of Trey going down and just everything. I said, man, some don't smell right here. This is feeling like the beginning of the end. Yep. I remember when Harbaugh had that year, at the very beginning of the year, it just didn't feel right. When we had the Jay Glazer report, the locker room's toxic, he might get traded to the Cleveland Browns. Remember that? And I said to myself, okay, and I was in denial on Harbaugh. I'm like, no, they're going to be fine. Yeah. And they went 8-5, and you're thinking they could get into the playoffs. Things are okay.
7-4, and they lost the Thanksgiving game to Seattle.
Look,
Turkey on the 50.
Are the Niners still alive? Is this a long season? Absolutely. Some don't smell right.
Some don't smell right.
This is getting real stanky.
But you know what? I already see what's happening. Again, Jimmy Garoppolo, because think about how much we spent time on Jimmy Garoppolo and his quarterback play. It was putrid last night. It was not even mediocre.
We're going to break down his fundamentals?
Right.
How about his football IQ?
But you know what? Think about what we're talking about. We're giving Shanahan another pass.
Oh, no, he does.
Because the plays are there to be made, but in a way I feel sick. Like, you know what? This is on Shanahan. You blew it with your number 3 overall pick. You blew it with Trey Lance. All the reports about Trey Lance and arm fatigue and the coaching staff are not impressed with Trey Lance and his progress into the offense.
He put a blue ribbon panel together to talk to his team about can we bring Jimmy back or not? Then those guys couldn't wait to celebrate that Jimmy was in there.
So let's hear from the head coach, the offensive guru, quote-unquote offensive guru, on his offensive performance last night.
No, I wasn't trying to play as safe as possible. We were trying to get someone going. Felt like we had a lot of shots in the first half. Kind of went exactly how we wanted in terms of moving the ball, getting some big plays, but had a number of penalties that I thought hurt us in the first half, and then we didn't convert a third down. I believe we were 0-4, so I thought we should have a lot more points to show for what we did in the first half. In the second half, never got into a rhythm. When we did, we had that fumbled snap, got backed up, went into the safety. Had another turnover, didn't get the run game quite going, and just never could really get in the rhythm in the second half that we had in the first. And when you don't convert a third down till, I think, that last drive, that's usually not a good recipe.
Here's Shanahan on how Garoppolo played last night in Denver.
I thought he played real well in the first half. I mean, I thought he made some plays, hit the ones that were there, and then made some that weren't there in the second half. I don't think anyone on offense did good, including myself. I mean, we didn't really get into rhythm the whole time, and our defense did a hell of a job keeping us in there, but we weren't able to get it going.
All right, at least you took accountability there.
What do they do well? We touted this run game forever. It just jammed it down everyone's throats. And I kept telling everybody, look at the actual years that these guys have. Yeah, 2 guys might bust out in 1 year and have decent yardage. They never have a consistent 1,200-yard back.
No.
They haven't even had a 1,000-yard back in their own system.
No.
Since becoming the 49er head coach. Okay, so I think we've overrated. No, have they had individual outliers where they ran it down Green Bay's throat? They ran it down Minnesota's throat? Of course. But when they need it in these kind of games where everyone knows
they don't get it.
They never can
They don't get it. They don't get it.
And they need just a little from the quarterback. They can never get it.
They can never get it.
I swear to God, I've watched this episode 8,000 times.
Let's go to Jay and Concord listening. He's actually watching on YouTube. Watching on our 95.7 The Game YouTube. If you're not there, get there right now. YouTube is lit. Jay, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Yeah, how's it going, man? This whole Jimmy stuff is just laughable at this point. It's embarrassing. The offense is really becoming unwatchable. But, man, the fish rots from the head down. If Jimmy and Kyle don't get it together ASAP, then it's just going to be another waste of a season. Our players are going to age another year, and we get no rookie upside with Lance. So, And, yeah, I agree with one of the previous callers. I was thinking all last night after the game that losing McDaniels and our pass game coordinator, it's really starting to show its worth. And Craycraft and Sherfield out in Miami scoring touchdowns in the
balling,
man. It's sick, man.
Well, here's the thing.
They are balling in South Beach.
Here's the thing about the Trey Lance injury that's just the most gut punching. Let's just say, hypothetically, Joe, it's a long season. They're still in it.
Hypotheticals.
You watched that game last night, and you're going to get another one of those performances at some point. It's not going to be every week. Jimmy might have a bounce back game. They might beat the Rams, and they might be 2-2. But you're going to get another one, and we're going to have the exact same Twilight Zone conversation. Well, he did have some moments when we all know he's not good enough. It's not, is he good? Is he consistently good enough? And the answer has always been a resounding no.
Nope.
It has been that way for a long time now.
Here's Jimmy Garoppolo on the safety.
Just run the play, trying to buy some time for it. It's longer developing play. It's just a tough situation, though, just that whole thing.
I mean, how are you not aware? How are you not aware? You've been playing football your entire life.
What are we doing?
I saw Greg Cole tweet.
From the one.
I saw Greg Cole tweet this. Greg Cole tweeted. Maybe he thought he was in the CFL when you got 25-yard end zones. Maybe he thought he was playing for the Toronto Argonauts.
Monte. And the crazy thing is,
Eskimos.
the safety was the worst of the 3 things that happened on that one play. It was a pick 6, a safety, and your franchise tackle went down.
I mean, it was unbelievable.
It was one of the worst plays in the history of the Niners.
No, that was a play. I think that was the play I took my shirt off. I was just like, I just got to go out to the patio, get some air.
Banging your chest?
No, I didn't bang my chest. For what? I just had to go get some air and said, dear God, help me. I gotta watch this game.
And by the way, I think, was it Bradley Chubb who picked it off?
Yeah,
was it
Bradley Chubb picked it off. Bradley Chubb picked it off.
Unbelievable.
Or maybe, you know what a lot of people are going to spin? Some Bay Area beaters. Well, you know Denver's defense is really good. They held the Texans to 9 points, and they held Geno Smith without a touchdown or points in the second half. No, you don't get to buy that excuse, because a lot of y'all told me Denver's defense was overrated. You told me their defense wasn't that good. So you can't use that one today. You can't use that Jimmy doesn't know the playbook. He's been here since 2017. I don't want to hear that. Oh, well, he didn't have training camp reps. Well, he's ramping up his shoulder on the side field, right? Does he really need training camp reps? Does he need to build a rapport with George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Brendan Ayuk? How long has he been playing with these guys?
As a 49er fan, I could think of like a handful of plays in my lifetime that I look back and I go, God, that's one of the dumbest plays I've ever seen. Dre Bly intercepting, starting to like taunt everyone, and then getting stripped. Remember that one?
Yep.
When he picked off the pass during Singletary. Nate Clements, I think he blocked a punt and then was running it in, fumbled it, and then someone else picked it up. The Jimmy takes the cake. Jimmy stepping with both feet on a screen pass from the one, because it's not just Jimmy. It's Kyle dialing that play up there. And then Trent going down, and you threw a pick 6. And the safety was the worst of the 3 that happened. Bonte, even if you tried to make a blue tape, that doesn't even seem realistic.
It's just here's another Garoppolo cut. I got a couple here. I got one more about the safety and then one more about the offense. Here's another explanation about the safety.
I mean, tough situation. Just trying to buy some time for the play. That was a tough situation.
Tough situation. You bet your ass it was a tough situation.
Guys, this is situational awareness. You're at the one.
Hold on.
You're running a screen from the one or whatever the hell that play was.
I don't know what it was.
From the one.
By the way, under Kyle Shanahan, the 49ers are a terrible screen team. They're a terrible screen team. Like, remember the Patriots and Tom Brady, James White? They run screens great. The Green Bay Packers run screens great.
But Jimmy learned how to win from Tom. Except the part about not knowing where the field is and the dimensions.
You got 10 yards in the end zone, Jimmy.
I can't believe they called that play.
He planted his foot on the back line and threw it. It was like, Jimmy, you're in the back of the end zone. He was retreating to the tunnel. Was he trying to run back to the locker room?
But it's not even just him. It's Shanahan, too. Like, why would you call that play right there?
I don't
Even
know.
Richard Sherman, who was just all over Shanahan in terms of praising him the week before, was like, what was that?
I don't know.
threw my hands up. I was like, what are we doing? Hey, at least we got Mitch Wisnowski on a 4-year deal.
And the nation's laughing at him. And all the teams and all the fan bases in the NFL saw that play and said, boy, what has happened to San Francisco? What the hell what's happened to Shanahan? He's lost his mojo. He's lost his superpowers. Superpowers in South Beach, Miami. Mike McDaniel took those powers. And I had no idea what Mike McDaniel did. I was unsure. Is he a play caller? Well, he didn't call the plays. Was he the play designer? How important was Mike McDaniel? How is he getting a head coaching job? Well, I see why now. I see why.
The worst part about this is the best coach on the team right now is by far DeMeco Ryans.
Not even close.
And we're not even talking about him right now.
He's going to get a head coaching job.
This defense is so good. That's the part that makes me, like, if the team stunk overall, Jimmy, we throw our hands up.
This defense is playing at elite level.
It's a Super Bowl caliber defense. And we couldn't even be patient for the 22-year-old hand-selected franchise quarterback. Yet the 9-year veteran, who everyone told me it's go time with, he looks worse.
Here's Garoppolo on the offense overall.
I just thought altogether, we were just not in rhythm. We started off pretty good, too. I felt like we were in a rhythm early, and then we kind of just got away from it, and I don't know, things didn't go our way.
And then here again, the offense wasn't in a rhythm. It was my first week practicing.
Just our rhythm. I don't think we weren't in a rhythm at all in the second half. And you could feel it, you could see it. We were talking about on the sideline, but just I don't know. I was just thinking about it. It was kind of my first week with these guys, and I just got to get in a rhythm with them, especially like third down. I mean, we were terrible today, and I just got to get on the same page with those guys, and we got to convert those. Oh yeah, my arm's feeling it right now. It's it's different. You try to do all the practicing and preparation you can on the sideline, being the number 2, and then when you get tossed into it, you just I didn't go through OTAs and training camp, and I'm not trying to make excuses or anything, but I just got to get in game shape and get rolling now.
But you are. And then asked if the arm strength issue is because of surgery.
No, I think it was just not going through training camp the same way as normally. I mean, it's a different routine than I've been used to in the past, so I just got to, I got to get back to where I was.
Trey Lance has more accountability as a 22-year-old who hasn't played in the last 3 years than your 9-year veteran. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear that after a football game from my 9-year veteran who's helped his team go to 2 NFC championships and a Super Bowl. But you know what? This is the position he's in. He's in this position. He's playing on a team that did not want him, or at least a head coach who did not want him. The head coach tried to move off him forever.
He has arm fatigue now?
And now he has arm fatigue.
After the summer of arm fatigue, now Jimmy has arm fatigue? I'm fatigued by this team. And then I woke up at like 6 in the morning on Sunday. I went to go play golf.
Yeah.
In the morning, because Niners aren't playing until the evening, right? First thing I see is the Adam Schefter report about a trade back in March.
I know. Like, I could care less about that.
And then stuffed into the bottom of it, Brock Purdy looks good, though.
Well,
I'm like, Jesus, this team.
Well, you know what?
Leak. Someone call Super Mario, because we need some real plumbers in here to fix the leaks.
Let's go to Bobby in Oakland. You want to talk about Brock Purdy? Bobby's watching this on YouTube. He has some thoughts on Brock Purdy.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having the show, man. I had to get on YouTube to see you guys go at it, man. And I appreciate when you bring the truth to the airwaves. And you know what? Jimmy G, he does not have the arm strength. The decision making is horrible. He misses receivers. All right. After the first 15 plays, all these defenses know exactly what to do with a cow offense with Jimmy G. It was a clown show last night. What little I saw of Purdy in college, what I saw in preseason, It can't get worse than that. Let him go ahead.
There's our first Brock Purdy call.
Dude, hey, Bobby.
Bobby,
you know
my
what's
dad-
crazy? Hold on, I'll let you finish,
my
Bobby.
dad wanted Brock Purdy too. You're
I'll
not
let you
alone.
finish, Bobby. I've ripped Brock Purdy all preseason. I'm close to saying the same thing you're saying.
You're about to tap out.
I'm about to tap out of Jimmy G, Bobby. I swear to God.
I can't believe it.
You know, hey, all of these Jimmy G fans got exactly what we all knew he was going to get, and it's not going to get any better with the Rams. Go ahead and get Purdy ready this week. I don't think they're going to beat the Rams. The following week, if we got any guts, Kyle, put Purdy in there. We can't get worse than that. Let's go.
I mean, here's the problem. Their offense has no pump. It has no juice.
No pop, no nothing.
No pop.
Nothing.
Like, I mean, when the San Francisco Giants lineup is more threatening than the 49ers offense, what are we doing here?
Wow, that's saying a lot.
Crushing the Giants. And you know what? At least Jock will run into one.
So last week, remember Jimmy Garoppolo after the game?
Yeah.
Said it's like riding a bike.
Oh.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's just like riding a bike.
Yeah, I do remember
I'm
that.
comfortable with this team.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with the players around them. This week, I didn't go through training camp and OTAs. I'm not trying to make excuses, but I haven't played a lot with these guys in training camp. This guy's... So, Shanahan and Garoppolo are made for... You're right, Shasky. They are made for each other.
They're made for each other.
They're made for each other.
It's
the
insane.
lying and the spin
It's
cycle
just-
and the there it is. 1 week,
lack of
it's like
accountability.
riding a bike.
It's just
You were
nuts.
so happy to replace Trey Lance. So happy. And all these... A lot of media members, too, in the Bay Area. And I will call you out by names, but it's a long list. I'd be here all day if I had to call them out by list. Oh, the offense looks so much better with Jimmy in there. Oh, look at him. Jimmy this and Jimmy that. Jimmy slinging it. Jimmy slinging
He had
it.
3 good throws last night. One of them was to Juice, and I have no idea whether that was meant to be a back shoulder throw or not. I have no idea.
I guarantee you it wasn't.
But here's the thing that frustrates me. Everyone was touting his middle of the field accuracy. And I'm like, what Jimmy did you watch? I watch every game. I'm at every game in the end zone, B. I see the spots that he's throwing to. He missed Debo on a 3rd and 3 over the middle off of Debo's
The Texas route. The Texas route. Wide open. It would have been 30 yards.
Wide
and he threw it. He tried to throw it to the defender.
So that's where it's like, as much as I want to crush Shanahan, I'm like, well, that play was right
The play was there.
And the guy just can't hit it. I'm
What
telling
about
you.
the wheel route in the first half? Debo is
Had
sitting
to
there
slow
waiting for
down.
the ball. He's sitting there waiting for it. He's wide open.
I mean, well,
he's wide open.
when you throw him a knuckleball.
He's running into the different night.
It's just.
But the quarterback can't make throws.
This is where I'm so conflicted this morning.
But you know what?
Because I'm
This
just
is-
like, everything looks
But
terrible.
you know what? Shanahan backed himself into a corner with this situation. This is why we're not letting him off the hook. Defense played great. And now I'm thinking to myself, you cannot let D'Amico Ryans leave next year. You cannot let D'Amico leave. He has to stay. This guy's a future head coach, and they're flying around. He's chest bumping players on the sideline. They were hitting yesterday. They were out there flying around, and that defense, they deserve first-class flights. The offense deserves to catch Greyhound.
I'm
Send their
with
asses
you.
on Greyhound. I'm not even talking Amtrak. I'm not talking coach. I'm talking about Greyhound bus. Had their asses take the bus through the Rocky Mountains and through Utah and through Nevada. It was embarrassing. But Shanahan backed himself into the corner, Shasky, when he said last Friday, in front of everybody, and Steiny Guru played the hell out of this cut. He's one of the best throwers on the planet when speaking about Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah, he's one of the best throwers on the planet. The same guy you fired over and over and over again? He's one of the best throwers on the planet? And then we watch it all on Sunday Night Football. This guy just...
Is it just him and Matt Damon on Mars? like what planet is
we're
it?
talking Pluto? Talking about Uranus, Saturn? What are we doing? We're talking about the sun? what are we talking about?
Here's the thing. It's not just Jimmy. I look at we talk so much about money with the quarterback. B, I was screaming to the high heavens when they picked up the 5th-year option on Mike McGlinchey. What did I say to you? I said, why would you give this guy $10 million a year when no one in the NFL is giving this guy even a 2 or 3 year deal for $10 million?
Nope.
He is making $10 million a year to be a traffic cop.
Yep.
Hey, you want to hit my quarterback?
Right.
Come this way.
Come
Come
this
this
way.
way. No,
Dude.
not you over there. Come from the inside. Get a clean shot on him.
Well, you know what? He helps Jimmy G up, though, off the field. That's for sure.
Mike McGlinchey is and then Jalen Moore goes in.
You know what Mike McGlinchey
Jalen
is?
Moore goes
I'm
in.
just say this. Mike McGlinchey's a scrub. Let's just call it what it is. He's a scrub.
He's terrible.
He's terrible.
He is absolutely
He is
terrible.
awful.
Think of what we did to Kelly Oubre in this market. We ran Kelly Oubre out of town.
Out of town.
And Mike McGlinchey, we just keep sticking microphones in his mouth, and we're like, yep, that's our
He's
right tackle.
awful.
He's terrible.
Awful.
He is terrible.
This is funny from the 707 Comcast Business Text Line. Jimmy G, the only man to consistently throw a back shoulder on a slant. back shoulder throws on a slant route.
Debo, how about the Ayuk one where he caught it over the middle and he's jumping up in the air? I mean, if it just hit a guy in stride, they're going to keep running. It's just this offense is so limited. I can't do this. I thought we brought him in to have an explosive offense. Why are we the only team in the NFL allergic to the forward pass? Teams have multiple 1,000-yard receivers left and right.
You know what?
We don't even have one.
But like I said, Karma's a bitch. And late last week, they freaking danced on Trey Lance's grave, and they were quick. Injured players on that team, they were quick to run a Michael Silver off the record. Coaches and players. You know, Jimmy does give us the best chance to win. Kyle Juszczyk went up there and told us all, Jimmy got in there, and that felt like Niner football. That's what he said. Y'all crushed Trey Lance last week. Crushed him. After 4 starts, crushed him. And now look what we're stuck with. Watching number 10 again on Sunday Night Football. And guess what? It doesn't get any easier next week. The Rams are coming to town, and it's Monday Night Football.
With no Trent Williams.
And Aaron Donald coming to town.
And Floyd.
And Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, and by the way, and one of the biggest nemesis of Jimmy Garoppolo, Wagner, in the middle of that defense.
Dude. In the middle. Oh, I forgot Bobby Wagner was there.
You forgot about Bobby Wagner.
And you know what I didn't forget? Was Jalen Ramsey
forgot about Bobby Wagner. He owns Jimmy. He loves to stand back and just wait.
Owns Jimmy. There will be 10 no throws next week. Trust me.
How many were there yesterday?
About 8. I lost count.
I swear to God, footwork fundamentals.
Look at my legal pad. Look at my legal pad.
I tore mine up in
by the end of the first half, I said, what the hell? Why am I, second quarter, I said, why am I writing notes anymore? Why am I writing notes? We don't need to write anything.
And then everybody's mad at Shanahan. Here's the other thing, like game decisions. Everyone's mad about Shanahan when it was a 3rd and 18 or whatever it was, and they would have got a hold and give him like another opportunity to go down on 3rd down. And instead of accepting the penalty, they declined it and they allowed Denver to get a field goal kick. Don't blame Shanahan for that.
No, don't do that.
If you want to rip him for the explosive offense or lack thereof, I'm here for that. But giving up that field goal, defense played amazing. It's not the defense's fault at all, nor is it that decision of the game. Look, you shouldn't have to pitch a shutout to win when the offense for the Broncos did nothing.
Listen, when Jalen Ramsey in 2017, when Jimmy became a 49er and the Niners beat Jacksonville, I was in that Jaguars locker room. Off the record, those players were ticked off and said we lost to that guy. And I'm thinking, man, Jimmy's pretty damn good. And Jalen Ramsey told Marcus Thompson and I to our face, he's a system quarterback. He did nothing special. They schemed him up, and he's a system quarterback. And I don't want to believe I said, Jalen Ramsey's just bitter. You don't think he's salivating for Monday Night Football against Jimmy Garoppolo? Hell, he picked them off last year in the last week of the season, and Jimmy tried to throw more picks in the NFC Championship game.
That game last night felt like a carbon copy of the NFC Championship game, minus the safety.
Real quick before the injury report, let's go to Jay in San Jose.
Hey, Jay.
Jay in San Jose listening via the Odyssey app. What's up, Jay?
Oh, fellas, I got a headache from banging my head.
Thank you.
Well, yesterday.
This is awful.
Taking all the Trey. I'm a Trey fan, but it's not even about being a Trey fan. It's about knowing the game of football and watching Jimmy G over the last 5 or 6 years. Kyle Shanahan yesterday looked like a coach. Whenever they panned to him, that was coaching his backup quarterback. And it looked like a guy who was, if you were in his head, was thinking, there's so many other plays I'd love to run if I had Trey. The reason why I wanted Trey, but I'm stuck with this guy again, and I have to run the same conservative offense that I've been running. If I have to see another interception thrown off his back foot,
oh my gosh,
I've seen that same pick 20 times from this guy. Literally, he could have stepped up in the pocket. There was a hole. It's basic quarterbacking. You step up in the pocket. You take 5 or 6 yards on the run. You live to play another down. Jimmy gets nervous. He throws it off his back foot. If I see this again, and the Trey hate at this point, if Trey played that same game last night, he ran out of town.
I mean, come on.
No doubt.
That's so obvious.
No doubt. They'd be crying for Jimmy Garoppolo. That's the irony. They were crying for Jimmy Garoppolo after Chicago. You still want to cry for Jimmy? You still crying for Jimmy Garoppolo? Are you guys still crying? Does he still get the Niners the best chance to win? Was that Niner football last night? You tell me. This guy's 12-10 in his last 22 games, but all Jimmy does is win. 46 regular season starts. This guy's got 48 turnovers, not including the safety last night, where he tried to throw a pick six. He ran out of back of the end zone and still threw a pick six. I cannot see that.
And let me ask you this right now. Given everything we know now with the locker room situation being what it was and just the whole dynamic, would you have rather had Jimmy Garoppolo at 6.5 making incentives based off every start, or Teddy Bridgewater who signed a 1-year $6.5 million?
I'd rather have Teddy Bridgewater. Yeah,
we hyped up Jimmy. I mean, myself included. It's just insane.
It's absolutely insane. Injury report.
It's time for the injury report. That really hurts. Brought to you by Boxer & Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years.
Comcast Business Text Line 510. Jimmy got happier feet than a damn penguin. They say Jimmy Garoppolo's doing the waddle dance in the pocket.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Things are going from bad to worse for the Niners after they lost left tackle Trent Williams to a high ankle sprain on one of the worst plays in 49 history. That was the card's coming out for
You
Trent.
have to laugh at this point.
You can't. That's the only way.
It's the only way.
Or you're going to have a heart attack.
I almost popped 6 blood vessels this morning.
My blood pressure was so high driving into the show this morning. It's unbelievable. Injury. Why do we care more about this stuff than the damn players? Jimmy Garoppolo's in midfield on the Broncos logo laughing it off. We care more. We want a Lombardi. We ain't get one this year. Not with this offense. Stinks. But third quarter, Trent Williams injures his ankle on a catch. Just the worst play in 49ers history. Jimmy Garoppolo ran out back in the end zone where he almost threw a freaking pick six. He was officially ruled out. We have no timetable. We have no idea when Trent Williams is going to be back. No idea.
Tears of a clown I need to hear on the other side. Because I feel like I'm wearing a clown mask to cover me crying.
With that highlight. Injury report brought to you by Boxer & Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years. What's coming up on the game? Sponsored by Fremont Bank, full service banking, no compromises. Mike, Teddy, Chambry, you're coming up next on the Morning Roast here on 95.7 The Game.
The Niners came up short in the Mile High City.
They're intended for his own end zone. Garoppolo's out of the end zone to safety. And Trent Williams is shaken up for the Niners.
We reacting to the Week 3 loss all day long.
Hey, you guys are way too kind to Garoppolo. I mean, seriously, the guy, does he have any kind of field presence? I mean, 3 turnovers on this guy alone. Realistically, this guy is a joke.
Only on 95.7 The Game.
Have you considered walking through another door? I don't mean to pursue another opportunity, but upgrading a door in your home. Now, if you are in fact looking for another opportunity, Golden State Window and Door can provide you with plenty. You can create renewed function and design for use indoors and out. You'll find modern options like Marvin's Elevate In-Swing French Door, Barn Doors by Trustyle, or Anderson Big Doors that welcome in natural light. Golden State Window and Door features a variety of materials, sizes, and glass options. You can get inspired by the many possibilities when you visit goldenstatelumber.com. Click on virtual tours and you'll discover beautifully planned displays of doors and windows of all kinds that will spark your imagination. Then, talk with our builder or designer to see what might be a good fit for your home. Serving the Bay Area for 3 generations. Golden State. When you succeed, we succeed.
This is Michael David from Seattle. I'm 51 years old, and 6 months ago, I started taking Andro 400 to increase my testosterone. Since then, I've lost 35 pounds of fat, and my waist went from size 38 to size 32. I have more energy, and I look and feel 20 years younger. And now my wife tells me I have to take Andro 400.
Hi, this is Sherry. My husband started taking Andro 400 a few months ago, and wow, has he ever changed. He's no longer a couch potato, and he actually likes to go out and do things again. Best of all, he lost his gut, and is he looking good? All I have to say about that is...
Andro 400, the natural way to increase your testosterone. Guys, if you'd like to lose your belly fat, gain energy and muscle, and feel like you did years ago, try Andro 400, the safe, effective, and inexpensive way to boost your testosterone. Andro400.com.
If you own a business, this has been a bumpy ride. From pandemic to inflation, I'm sure you could use a break. If your business has 5 or more employees and survived COVID, you may be eligible to receive a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. The challenge is getting your hands on it. Hi, I'm Howard Mackler, and that's why I founded GetRefunds.com to cut through the red tape and get you the money. The team of tax attorneys we have put together are highly trained in this little-known payroll tax refund program. We do all the work, charge not a dime up front, and simply share a percentage of the cash that we get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those that took PPP, nonprofits, and even those that had increases in sales. We have helped return over $1 billion to businesses, and we can help you too. Just go to GetRefunds.com, click on Qualify Me, and answer a few questions. This payroll tax refund is only available for a limited period of time. Don't lose out on up to $26,000 per employee. Go to GetRefunds.com. That's GetRefunds.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS or go online at carsforkids.org to donate today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey, I'm Ben Kaspick, host of the Locked On Giants podcast, a daily podcast covering your favorite team. The Giants are all in on analytics, and on this show, we talk about the Giants in a way that's data-driven and rational, but also simple, passionate, and accessible to all. We understand sabermetrics, but we also understand what it's like to play this game. Listen to the Locked On Giants podcast every day on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Kansas City Steak Company, another AmericanEagle.com success story. Started in 1932 as a family-owned butcher shop, today they're a leading distributor of superior all-American steaks delivered right to your door, ready for the grill and your taste buds. When it came to their website, an average site wouldn't do. They chose AmericanEagle.com to take their website to the next level. With a dramatic increase in competition and a softening market demand, they had 2 challenges: improve their brand presence and message, and produce a positive return. AmericanEagle.com got to work and executed usability studies and detailed audits of site experience, digital assets, and marketing. The result? An integrated digital marketing and customer experience plan, organic traffic increase of 20%, and a long-term roadmap for success. If you love great steaks, go to KansasCitySteaks.com for website design, development, and online solutions that bring efficiency and results. Visit AmericanEagle.com. If you need a results-driven website, call the team at AmericanEagle.com at 877-WEBNOW1. That's 877-WEBNOW1.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMC FM at HD1 San Francisco. Always live on the free Odyssey app. It's time to wake up with a nice cup of morning roast.
Oh, yeah.
Featuring Bonte Hill and Joe Shasky.
Hey, well, I'm about that action, boss.
Take it out! This is the morning roast on 95.7 The Game.
Intended from his own end zone. Garoppolo's out of the end zone. It's a safety. Remember, Dan Orlovsky did that. Stepped all the way out of the end zone. It's a safety, and that kills the play before everything else on the pick. So it is 7-5, and Trent Williams is shaken up for the Niners.
I don't know that I've ever seen a safety be a break for a team, but it certainly was there.
Mike Tirico. Chris Collinsworth on the call. Go ahead, Shasky.
The only other time in my entire life that I've seen a safety be a smart play was when John Harbaugh took the safety against the Niners in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
That was it.
Yep.
But that moment right there, of the three things that happened, the pick six, stepping out of bounds, and Trent going down, the safety was the worst. Literally the best outcome of the three.
And now, here's Garoppolo last week after the Niners beat Seattle, and he was inserted into the game because Trey Lance broke his ankle.
It was good. Kyle called some plays that I knew, some new ones for me too, so that was fun. But no, it was a good process. Tried to prepare this whole time like a starter anyway, so it was just like I said, like riding a bike.
It was like riding a bike. This week, we need more reps together. Here's Garoppolo.
Just our rhythm. I don't think we weren't in a rhythm at all in the second half. And you could feel it, you could see it. We were talking about on the sideline, but just I don't know. I was just thinking about it. It was kind of my first week with these guys, and I just got to get in a rhythm with them, especially like third down. I mean, we were terrible today, and I just got to get on the same page with those guys, and we got to convert those.
I mean, I would buy that.
I just played the ride a bike comment.
Yeah.
Just played it.
I would buy that if they had new personnel, if they had new plays. I saw nothing new. It's so predictable, is it not?
How contradictory is that, though? The 22-year-old in Trey Lance takes more accountability than the 9-year veteran. Trey Lance, week 1, Chicago, put it on me, guys. I've got to be better. I missed throws. I've got to be better for this offense. That's what we want to hear from our quarterback after a loss. Last week, it was just like riding a bike. It was all good. It was just like riding a bike. I was comfortable in the huddle, comfortable with the players of the team. We comfortable in the locker room. It was all good. A week later, they put up 10 points. You run out of the back of the end zone, which prevented a pick six. Trent Williams gets hurt on the same play. You can't do anything on you're 0 for 9 on third down until the second to last drive of the game, and yet we got to get more reps together. I haven't played much with the guy. Like how? Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I can't believe we're in the twilight zone again, and this guy's making up all these excuses. I need training camp. I need OTAs. For what? Like my guy Adam Knott said, you need training camp and OTAs to know where the back of the end zone is?
That's a good point.
I mean, gosh.
That's a good point.
Oh my gosh, Shasky. I feel the pain of all the Niner fans all around the world.
Because we love this team so much and we feel like we've watched this episode before. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again.
Seriously.
And expecting different results. Like it's the worst part is I allowed myself to get sucked into it again. And I'm going to do it again next week. And I'm going to do it again after that because that's what the NFL does to me.
Yeah.
It makes me completely delusional. And I'm going to buy into, if you beat the Rams, you're 2-2. We all know where this ends. Why do I do this to myself? Like, honestly, I swear to God, I'm watching them walk off the field after losing that game that way. And I'm more mad, at least it looks like, whether that's real or not, it looks like I'm more mad than they are. And that makes me even angrier as a consumer, as someone who spends my hard-earned money on this team.
Shasky.
I devote so much time and energy and emotion to this team. I just want them to meet me halfway.
Shasky, I'd rather talk about Warriors Media Day. I had such a great time at Chase Center yesterday. It was so good to see Poole in a great mood. Chopping it up with Wiseman.
You mean real champions?
Real champs.
Guys that actually have
4-time champs.
Yeah.
Curry, Draymond saying, what's up? How's Jarrell doing? How you guys, what's the staff looking like this year? Characters here doing their thing, one-on-one interviews. Saw Anthony Slater, Marcus Thompson II. Was chopping up with Bobby Fitzgerald and Khalid Azubuike. Everything was great. The great staff at NBC Sports Bay Area. Saw Whitley Sandretto walking in. Such a good time. I was in such a good mood. It was like, man, this is what a winning organization feels like. This is it. No leaks, no drama. They tell it to you straight. Steve Kerr's happy. They're walking around with the championship trophies. Raymond Ritter's running material. And then I get on the highway, driving 90 miles an hour to get home for kickoff to watch that offense. That offense and that performance on Sunday Night Football. Knowing that our team is on a standalone game. And then next week, Monday Night Football. Jessica told Anna after the game yesterday, I said, we should just sell the Monday night tickets. I don't even know if I can take myself to Levi Stadium. I don't even know if I could get myself to go to Levi's Stadium because the excitement of offensive football for me is gone. I know the jet sweep is coming. I know Debo's going to line up in the backfield and carry the ball for a 1-yard gain. I know Brandon Ayuk could see 3 targets in the first half and will be forgotten about in the second half. I know George Kittle will get a couple looks here and there, but then he'll be mostly blocking on pass plays. I know Mike McGlinchey's going to give up a couple sacks. I know Spencer Burford is going to give up a couple pressures up the middle. I know Jake Brendel, who said Jimmy Garoppolo is the gold standard for Catons in the huddle. I mean, know what that means.
Not Tom Brady.
Not Tom Brady. That's the gold standard. Jimmy Garoppolo. Come on, Jake. You've been here for 2 weeks. Like, relax, Jake. Like, I don't even want to go next Monday night, Shasky. I don't even want to because I know what's coming. And they may win the game 17-13 because its defense is so damn good.
I just don't know where we go from here. Like this is what makes the Trey Lance injury such a devastating blow because you're not learning anything new. Like here's the reality. I'm very disappointed in Kyle Shanahan. And then the other part of my brain says to me, well,
the plays are there to be made.
There are, and he deserves an opportunity. Before you put the cart before the horse, he's got to work with Trey for a whole year before you can even really scrutinize the whole decision on Trey Lance's. But it's fair to be up in arms. Like, how can you not make Kittle be more explosive? Why is every tight end in the league getting balls down the field? Where's Ayuk? He had the best camp ever, and he gets 3 looks early and none the rest of the game. Why does Debo have 1/3 the amount of touches of Jeff Wilson Jr.?
Right. You can say it's coaching. Look,
why are you running a screen from the 1-yard line backed up in your end zone?
With Jimmy Garoppolo at that.
Why did you have Jake Brendel, Aaron Banks, and Burford as your starting interior offensive line, no matter who the quarterback is? Who the hell thought that McGlinchey was worth $10 million on a 1-year, 5th-year option?
Yeah, it was awful.
Like, I could go right down the list. Like,
awful.
It's just, I'm
drafted
so
Danny Gray in the
mad.
3rd round, and he doesn't get 1 deep shot?
I didn't even see him line up.
Justin Simmons is out for the Denver Broncos. He's out. They got no safeties. And you don't run Danny Gray on 1 streak?
How about,
can I just see it?
You fired the special teams coach, and your special team still looks like a nightmare.
Ray McLeod, get him off the kickoff return team, please.
He's actually, I watched the jugs, or whatever it is.
The jug machine?
Yeah. He's the only one that can catch.
Listen.
He's
again,
literally the best they
got.
Can
we do this for here on out, Shasky? We're not even going to call them special teams. They're teams. It's the kickoff return team. It's the punt return team.
Bad.
It's the punt team. It's the kickoff team. There's nothing special about them. Nothing. I'm tired of it. Danny Gray, you drafted him in the 3rd round out of SMU, and all I heard was speed. And we see in the first preseason game, Trey Lance hit him for 76-yard touchdown, whatever it was. Speed. But yeah, we don't get 1 deep shot.
How about Mason gets to suit up? He gets 1 rush.
1 carry.
1 rush.
1 carry. 1 carry. 1. We're going to see a lot of Marlon Mack and Tevin Coleman. You know that's coming.
Oh, Tevin Coleman.
We're going to see Tevin Coleman at some point.
Are you serious?
We're going to hear Tevin Coleman at some point.
And his 380 yards in 2019.
As much as I want to rip Kyle Shanahan today, because I am disappointed in Kyle Shanahan.
I'm very disappointed.
Plays were there to be made. You just don't have a quarterback who can make a throw.
How about Debo waving that he's wide open?
Wide open. Waving. And Jimmy's not even looking.
No.
Texas route. Perfect drawn up play on a 3rd down. Debo comes out of the backfield, runs a Texas route, angle route, and Jimmy throws it behind. He tried to throw it to the defender. He threw it in triple coverage and lose the game. Jimmy's not a good quarterback, folks. He's not good. So all he does is win stat and shove it up your you-know-what. Shove it up your you-know-what. And Jimmy's not good.
And what's overshadowing how horrible they were on offense last night, Drake Jackson gets his first NFL sack. He looks like a player.
Hufanga's a player.
Oh, well, obviously he's a player. Bosa was out of his mind last night in terms of how good he was. Greenlaw and Al-Shaair before he got hurt, and Fred Warner, the way that they fly to the ball in the flat is unbelievable. Charvarius Ward looks like a great signing.
Home run hitter.
Not a good, a great signing.
Him and Emmanuel Mosley are solid.
They look phenomenal.
And you don't even have Jason Verrett yet.
They look phenomenal.
Womack looks good. How about Womack
he made a great play on special teams.
Lenore.
On punt return team.
Yeah, punt return team, because ain't nothing special about him.
Or punt coverage
Lenore.
team.
Lenore looks like a player. All of a sudden, he's playing well, right? You don't even have Jimmy Ward, but it's the damn quarterback I'm watching over and over. And the reason why I'm getting on the quarterback, because a lot of people last week, Jimmy Garoppolo gives this team the best chance to win a Super Bowl.
Did you watch the pregame at all? They all picked the Niners, right? And I was like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And America was like 67% picked the Niners.
Everybody was so happy that Jimmy was back. Everybody. Oh, Jimmy's back. It's doubts on Trey Lance. Trey Lance gets hurt. Oh, Jimmy gives them the best chance to win. And they were so quick to run to Michael Silver and tell him that. Yeah, we know deep down inside, Jimmy gives us the best chance. How you feeling now? Does Juszczyk still think that was Niner football? Was that Niner football last night?
How was Warrior Media Day more explosive than the Niner offense last
Warriors
night?
Media Day was great.
But how?
You want to talk about that for the next 25
How are
minutes?
the Giants with their, Punch and Judy hitters, how are they more explosive than the Niner offense? You have Debo and Kittle and Ayuk and Juice and Trent and nothing.
We could talk about Media Day if you want for the next 45 minutes.
No points.
Put me in a better mood.
One good drive. I saw one good drive.
6 plays, 75 yards. And then on a touchdown pass, you got beat writers out there salivating over the 3-yard throw. Oh, wow, what a dart. He threw it through traffic.
Well,
oh,
you know
my
what
gosh.
this week's going to be? He needs a rhythm.
He needs a rhythm.
They could get right against the Rams.
He needs a rhythm? This is what he said last week, though. You sure he needs rhythm? This is what he said last week.
It was good. Kyle called some plays that I knew, some new ones for me too. So that was fun. But no, it was a good process. I tried to prepare this whole time like a starter anyway. So it was just, like I said, like riding a bike.
It was like riding a bike. This week, what did he say? Oh, yeah, we need reps. I didn't have training camp or OTAs. But last week, it was like riding the bike.
Well, is this Pee-wee's Great Adventure? Did someone steal the bike? Like, what happened here? Like, seriously. I thought we were riding bikes.
Debo stole the bike.
I mean, Jesus.
Stole the bike.
Bradley Chubb did. What are we doing?
My gosh.
You lost to Nathaniel Hackett. If we power ranked all the coaches in the league,
He'd be 32nd.
America power ranked him dead last.
You know what? I'm going to say this
and
now.
You scored 3 points against his staff in the second half.
3 points.
3! And you had short fields the whole game. It wasn't like the Denver Broncos were cooking. Russ was literally out here pouring cereal bowls with water in it, and that was their offense, and you couldn't do anything?
Nothing. Drew down. That's a Forrest Yasky for the bike joke. Augie, the bike had popped tires, bro. I'm telling you. It was a flat. Listen, I'm looking at this text here from the 925. It's a long season, boys. Comcast Business Text Line. Pace yourselves. Pace ourselves for what? The Warriors play October 18th.
Well, disappointment. I'm pacing myself for the inevitable disappointment that will happen.
I say it with the Giants, and I'm going to say it with the 49ers. Go ahead and keep losing games. We will pivot quickly to the Golden State Warriors and talk about the champs, the guys who actually win championships, not lose in the conference finals, not lose in divisional rounds, not lose in the finals. We're talking about the champs. All right? They come back October 18th. So play around with it. Play around with this offense if you want to. Score 10 points if you want to. Go ahead, keep trotting Jimmy out there. Go ahead if you do that, because October 18th is looming. The champs are back for ring night. I could talk about training. I could talk about Media Day right now for the next 45 minutes, and I would not
Last year, they led the NFL with Elijah Mitchell being the individual player who had more 20-yard runs than anyone in the NFL. More 20-yard runs than anyone. They got the one run from Jeff Wilson Jr. and nothing after that.
Nothing.
I mean, really, if you look at their rushing stats through the first couple of games, they're diluted by a 51-yard broken play by Deebo Samuel and a great block yesterday by George Kittle, which, I mean, thank God we're paying him $20 million for those cutback blocks on the Jeff Wilson Jr. run.
Wow.
I'm convinced if I put Jerry Rice in his prime on this team,
how about
he'd get 2 targets.
Speaking of Jerry Rice, you see Jerry Rice Jr.?
Oh, yeah.
On Twitter?
Yeah. He's feeling what we're all feeling.
Calling out the quarterback.
Yeah, well, because the quarterback stinks. Like we talked all arm fatigue. Trey Lance isn't ready. Look at his throwing mechanics. What about Jimmy's footwork? Jimmy's footwork was so bad. B. It was so
bad. Dude, it was awful.
So bad.
Off the back foot.
He's throwing off the back foot, and then he's throwing like knuckleball cutters out to the flat so that his wide receivers get killed.
Well, but you know what? This locker room wanted Jimmy Garoppolo. The gold standard when it comes to Canes in the huddle. Jimmy gives him a better chance to win. I want to get to the line,
Dan Orlovsky is dunking on Jimmy Garoppolo.
Laughing. Posted a picture of Step Brothers. Dan Orlovsky and Jimmy Garoppolo.
No, he didn't.
He posted it on the Twitter page.
He didn't.
Posted his Step Brothers.
And you know what might be worse? At least when Orlovsky did it, no one was watching. It was a Sunday game.
Yeah,
they went 0-16.
Nobody was watching Detroit, Minnesota.
Everyone was watching Jimmy G do that.
Oh, man. I don't even know what to say today. Let's go to the calls.
And this might be their best defense ever.
Mole of Detroit.
Which is crazy.
Mole of Detroit listening on Odyssey app. What's up, Mole?
Bonte, Shasky, guys, I swear to God, I have chest pain. I didn't sleep last night.
Exactly.
I can't do this no more. 2 quick points. First of all, they were making fun of us having a rookie quarterback. Jimmy Garoppolo makes more rookie mistakes as a quarterback that's been in the league, I don't know how long, than Trey Lance would have. That's number one. Number two, the guy's ruining careers. I don't get it. I don't get what these players, you heard like rumblings that the locker room is divided, Debo loves Garoppolo, Kittle loves Garoppolo. What the hell do they like about him? He's ruining their career. I don't understand. He's missing them on wide open plays. He can't throw past 30 yards. What are they missing? What do they like? What am I not seeing here? I don't get it.
No, it's such a great point. And I think when it all comes back to it, you're going to look back at Shanahan, and Shanahan himself will reflect one day. He's going to look back and go, God damn, I waited on Jimmy for 6 years.
6 years. But you know what?
These
That's
jobs
what I'm
are so few and far between.
But you know what, though?
No, I know. But what I'm saying is, think about this. These jobs are so few and far between. Think of what Arizona did with Josh Rosen.
Oh, they pivoted so quickly.
That GM picked Josh Rosen and immediately hit the parachute button.
Said,
and was like,
with Kyler.
I'm going to take Kyler.
I'm taking Kyler.
And pivoted. McVay,
look at the Jets. Look at the Jets.
Same
Sam
thing.
Darnold said, you know what? Sam Darnold's not it. Let's go get Zach Wilson.
Look at what McVay did. You know what? I know Goff took me there. The second he could find something better and it materialized, he moved off him. They paid $30 million in dead cap to get rid of him.
Dude, and McVay cursed out the Rams front office saying, you guys want to just be good or do you want to be great? Go get me Matthew Stafford. And now they got a Super Bowl ring. Now they have a Super Bowl ring.
And they're walking in seeing a wounded duck that they've already seen before, that they demoralized in the NFC Championship game. I swear to God, I've seen that game 50 times. Where was Mike Martz watching that game?
You want to analyze this game? Does anybody want to analyze this game? What is there to analyze? The offense stunk. All right?
So
analyze the third down conversions that they didn't get. They were 1 for 10 on third down yesterday. Money down, the down that defines greatness in the NFL. They were 1 for 10. They started 0 for 9 on third down. 0 for 9 with the veteran quarterback. And the throws were there to be made.
And
they were there to be made.
Before that game started, I watched Tom Brady with nothing march down the field and almost pull a rabbit out of the hat. And all I kept thinking about was, you hand-selected the number 3 overall pick. He went down, and simultaneously, you said, nope, Brady's finished.
Let's go to film on
That's
Mike.
My coach did that.
I know.
My coach.
I know. May not be your coach for too much longer. Film on Mike in the city. Listen on the car radio. What's happening?
Hey, man. It's so disappointing. Jimmy, football is a team sport, right? But he literally lost us that game. He missing throws. You fumble the ball. You throw the interception. Where's his sense of direction? If I'm on Gary Street, I'll be like, okay, Oakland that way. That's the east.
It's so true.
That's the way. Why are you backing up that far? You're not on the 20-yard line, Jimmy. What are you doing? Mark Willard, what are you doing?
Hey, Fillmore Mike, my dad used to say, take Oak to Oakland, fell to fall back home, right? You know that. You know what I'm talking about. That's the two streets.
Philmo's gone.
I guess nobody knows what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. I was
That was
waiting
a
on
walk-off from Phil Mel.
Yeah, it's a walk-off. Pat in the city. Pat, listening on the radio.
Pat?
What's up, Pat?
What's going on, Fonte, man? How y'all feeling, Joe? Y'all good?
I
could be better. I could be better, Pat. I could be talking about media day.
This team's going to make me go completely bald.
Warriors. We want to talk Warriors?
Hey, man. Hey. Hopefully, some of my haircuts look good at media day. Anyway, I want to say this, man. The issue I'm looking at is that this team doesn't have any identity right now.
Nope.
Going into week 4, I don't know what this team is. I can see what Philly's becoming. I can see what Miami's becoming. And I'm noticing also one thing that's really starting to bother me is that we all know these guys script the first 10, 15 plays of the game. We have direction. We have somewhere to go the first 10 to 15 plays. We look good. The offense is clicking. We get down there and we score. After that script is done, I don't know who we are.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're looking like. That's what they're working on at practice, the first 10 to 15 plays. That's what we're going to come out with, guys. We look good. We look efficient. We look like we're moving the ball. After that script is done, this team has zero identity. And that's a bigger issue for me. That's a coaching issue.
Well, what did he do to adjust yesterday? What looked different in the second half?
Nothing looked different.
It's such a great
They ran the
point.
same play. Good. Thanks for the call, Pat. Good call there. I don't know. It happens like this all the time under Shanahan, though. This is where I look at the head coach. The NFC Championship game. The Dallas Cowboys game. All these great playoff games. They don't adjust in the second half. Their offense just becomes stagnant. It's like, all right, let's just run the ball, and hopefully we run the clock out, and we got out of here with the win, and we'll play solid defense. He coaches scared at times. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to put it on my defense to win a game. Instead of just being aggressive saying, I know I have a top defense, Let me be uber aggressive on offense and try to push the throttle and score more points. Again, we gave you the scoring numbers. Right now, they're 28th in the league in scoring.
They play four corners offense. They basically play like
Princeton.
Right. It's worse than Princeton. At least they backdoor cover.
So again, this offensive guru with Kyle Shanahan, because I remember we argued a lot last year. I said, I'm not calling Kyle Shanahan a genius yet. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that. Because you look at the scoring offense under Kyle Shanahan, 2017, 20th. 2018, 21st. Okay, 2019, you get the second in the league. You're scoring damn near 30 points a game. 2020, you're 21st in the league in points scored. Last year, you're 13th, middle of the pack. And right now, you're 28th in a league that caters to offense.
And you're supposed to be an offensive-minded guy. And I look at this team, and I would say the offense is more the problem week to week than the defense. And I think that's a fair assessment over the last couple of years. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
When was the last time the offense specifically won a game?
For the Niners? Maybe New Orleans, 2019?
I was going to say maybe the Cincinnati game. Even though they gave up the Jamar Chase at the end, I was going to say maybe.
Cincinnati.
They were holding Cincinnati down.
Cincinnati's there. I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
Like, that's a problem for me.
Coaching? When
was the last? Well, the last time they outcoached someone was the Green Bay game.
I don't even know if they outcoached them. Special teams.
Well,
you got a couple breaks on special teams. Yeah. That's not coaching.
And Jimmy
That's
Ward
hard from
made
the
a
defense.
hell of a play in that game.
Jimmy Ward held a tackle before halftime. Yeah. You get the field goal block, and then you get the punt block. Is that really coaching, or is that just players making great plays?
And
so disappointed.
Trent could be out a month plus.
Wow. It's coming up. More of your phone calls. Brought to you by Fremont Bank. Full service banking. No compromises.
It's a Monster Monday on 95.7 The Game.
Wilson has it on the run. Lost the football. Denver's got it. And Denver's got this one.
We're reacting all day with Loneal, Michael Irvin, and you.
Oh, my God.
Dylan wants to weigh in.
Jimmy G is just not that guy, man. He's just another guy on the field who's average at that.
On the Bay Area's sports station, 95.7 The Game.
Everything, our farm, our stand, our pop-up shop, it really all started when we discovered the benefits of local, raw honey for our family.
And then we decided to turn it into a business.
We were looking for something to help us get up and running.
So we got the Chase Business Complete Banking Account.
It's more than a bank account. It comes with Quick Accept, which lets us take card payments anytime, anywhere in the U.S. using the Chase mobile app. Plus, we get same-day deposits at no extra cost. For us, it's more than honey. It's about sharing a little sweetness with the world.
Get the Chase Business Complete Banking Account with the essentials you need to help get your business going. Learn more at chase.com/business-complete-banking. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Quick Accept is not available in U.S. territories. Enrollment required. Usage subject to approval. Same-day deposits available for payments before 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday to Friday. Fees and rates apply for checking and processing. Limitations and restrictions apply. Participants compensated. Merchant services provided by Payment Tech LLC and WePay Inc. Subsidiaries of J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC.
Do you think all premium fuels are the same? Well, your engine doesn't. Shell V-Power Nitro Plus helps keep your engine running like new because it's engineered to defend against 4 main engine threats: gunk, wear, corrosion, and friction. So next time, choose Shell's most advanced fuel ever. It's fuel for thought. In engines that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gasoline.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Kirby is your driveway mechanic. They bring the shop to you with brake replacements, oil changes, washes, and so much more. Get $50 off your first oil change with code OIL50 at Kirby.com. That's CURBEE.com and use code OIL50.
The Grand National Rodeo is making its triumphant return to the Cow Palace on October 7th and 8th. Don't miss the awe-inspiring action of the Bronco Bucks of bareback riding, steer wrestling, bull riding, and all that you love about the rodeo. Get your tickets now at cowpalace.com and click Grand National Home. The anticipation is high for the 2022 Grand National Rodeo, October 7th and 8th.
Progressive presents Married to Your Home.
I'm such a screw-up.
What? House? Why would you talk like that?
How are you even with a house without a walk-in closet?
Stop. You have more than enough storage.
Oh yeah, and the unfinished basement. Gross.
We'll finish it eventually. Together.
No matter how much you already love your house, you'll love it more knowing you could save big bundling your home and auto with Progressive. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Employee onboarding?
Automated.
Customer support?
Automated.
What if you could automate all your company's routine operation tasks and do it easily?
Lead management?
Automated.
With Zapier, you can. Zapier is the leader in no-code automation. Connect over 5,000 apps, automate almost any workflow, and streamline your team's performance without hiring a developer and with no coding required. That's right, Zapier's templates make it simple for you to automate anything in minutes, no matter your level of expertise. Zapier eliminates routine tasks and frees your employees to focus on the bigger picture. And with Zapier's advanced security features and annual SOC 2 audits, your data is safe and secure. See why thousands of companies, including Slack, Salesforce, and HubSpot, trust Zapier to automate their businesses.
Even complex tasks?
Automated with Zapier.
Try Zapier for free today at zapier.com/radio. That's zapier.com/radio. Zapier.com/radio.
In San Jose today, sunny skies, highs in the upper 70s.
Weather brought to you by Ashley Furniture. Your neighborhood Ashley store has all the styles, selection, and value you'll need to invite fall in this season. Find furniture you'll love by shopping locally or visit ashley.com today.
Score big with Xfinity Internet. It's made to do anything, so you can do anything. Supercharge your home with the game-changing speed of supersonic Wi-Fi. With 3 times more bandwidth, it covers the field and then some, and blocks billions of threats with advanced security that helps keep you protected at home and on the go. If you're keeping score, that's internet that does it all. That's unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Restrictions apply, not available in all areas.
Is it Jimmy G or Jimmy INT?
You know, it's funny how Raider fans could jump in my mentions and jump on the Comcast Business text line and talk crap when they're 0-3. Yeah, the irony of the Raiders being 0-3 and they're still out here running victory laps at Lake Mary talking about, I love it when the Niner fans whine. You guys haven't won a game yet. And you got Devontae Adams and Darren Waller. You haven't won a game yet. You should not be talking right now. You're 0-3. 0-3. Stop it, Raider fan.
In honor of Mac Dre, I'll complete the line. Sipping martinis, eating scampi and linguine, making third downs disappear because Jimmy G's Houdini. My God, he was terrible last night.
I got caught up in Garoppolo mania.
I mean, we all did at one point.
We all did.
We all did at
one
point.
Guru.
But like, it was like the end of a Scooby-Doo where someone ripped off the mask and it was like, the 49er quarterback is Jimmy G from the one we all remember. It's like, no duh it was. And I would have won if it wasn't for you kids, too.
I can't wait for Baldy's breakdown tomorrow at 7:30. I can't wait for his breakdowns tomorrow at 7:30 to break down what we saw from Jimmy Garoppolo. Because the plays, that's why, as much as I want to look at Kyle Shanahan, because Shanahan was off his rocker last week. Let's just put it out there like this. He was off his rocker.
I would be too.
Sunday afternoon when he's talking about you guys need to go watch more football and watch other teams. And then we watch that other team and they run it one time with their quarterback. And then you tell us on Friday that you got one of the best throwers on the planet in Jimmy Garoppolo, a guy you fired multiple times and told us all that you don't trust him. That's why I can't unsee Shanahan. I'm looking at him on the sidelines like, Shanahan, you built this. Well, this is your creation.
Well, and the irony is that they have such a great defense.
A great defense.
They should walk into 10 wins and still get, because obviously with the 7th playoff spot, you're going to have opportunities. But I can't take you serious.
Well, listen.
But that's where I'm at. Like, okay, you make the playoffs, everyone's going to say, oh, if they beat the Rams, they're right back in it. Guys, I can't take you serious when your quarterback plays like that. And we know that they are just one at any given moment. That Jimmy Garoppolo will show up.
Not only that.
We know it.
But you know what? I wish I would have saw Trey Lance with that same game plan last night. Let me see Trey Lance as a pocket quarterback, not a fullback, not a guy running the Navy offense. Somebody texted me yesterday, oh, man, they're running the weak T offense. 3 yards in a cloud of dust with Trey Lance.
Yeah, well, at least those guys get 3 yards. I'm not even sure we get 3 yards. I see a lot of dust, though.
A lot of dust. I see a quarterback running the back of the end zone.
They're saying they might have to call him Safety G.
There's so many jokes. Who's the 5-1-0 said he's out there doing the penguin dance in the pocket? I call it the waddle dance he's doing in the pocket. Happy feet. Grant Cole, what did he say yesterday? Maybe Jimmy thought it was a CFL and it was a 25-yard end zone. He planted his feet. It was actually a perfect plant. Did you see him? The left foot, the right foot, to get back in the end zone? It's like, damn, and then he throws it to Bradley Chubb. I was like, oh, my God. It was a pick six.
Okay.
It was a pick six.
Here we go. I'm going to give you the timeline of my dad losing his mind because I already lost my mind 15 times today. Here's my dad texting me with no response from me at all. Jimmy is better when they just do the quick hitters. My God, Wilson is magical. Terrible play call. Horrible bad time management. Jimmy throwing off his back foot. He isn't getting the ball anywhere. He's not throwing the ball down the field. Man, he never gets any calls because he can't throw the ball on time. How do you not know where the field is? How do you not know where you're at? I hope Trent is okay. Boy, this offense is absolutely terrible. Why do I watch? And then you get all the way down to the end. I'm so frustrated. Screw it. Bring me Mr. Irrelevant.
Damn.
How many Niner fans were thinking, could Brock Purdy be worse?
I'm close.
I'm not
close.
there yet. I am not there yet.
I swear to God, I'm close. I've seen this movie before for the last 5 years. For the last 5 years. And I bought season tickets. And I thought, man, I'm going to get the Trey Lance era, man. Trey Lance coming in 2022. Ooh, buddy. It lasted a quarter. It didn't even last a quarter at Levi Stadium this year.
5 quarters of Trey Lance.
And now I got to drive to Monday Night Football and go watch Jimmy Garoppolo quarterback this team again.
The only way I can get through it is to therapeutically laugh right now because I'm so mad. I get so mad.
Laugh again?
And people don't want to make me scream. What?
You want to laugh at it again? Comcast business text line. 510. I played offensive line for Navy. At least we went for it on 4th and 2 at midfield every time. Shanahan coach is scared. Where's the cojones like Mike McDaniel? Mike McDaniel has big balls. Where's the cojones with Shanahan?
I don't know.
Gosh, let's go to Mr. Jones in Atlanta.
How does Ayuk get 3 targets early?
3 targets and don't even see him again.
And then it's like on a milk carton.
Danny Gray. Where's Danny Gray?
I don't know.
Where?
Another middle round pick. Another middle round pick.
It's sad when Dante Pettis and River Craycraft have more touchdowns than people Samuel right now.
I want to scream, but I know people don't want to hear me screaming through the radio.
I've already screamed.
I'm so done watching this anemic offense.
You know, I was so rattled. Mr. Jones, we'll get to you in a second. I'm so rattled that I drove off with the car seat today, so Anna can't even take baby Chaz to the grandparents' house. Now she's mad at me. That's how rattled I am, Shasky. Rattled. Done. The 49ers do this to me. And I was at media day having a great time. And 3 hours later, I'm sick to my stomach. Mr. Jones, it's your time, man. You're on the
What
roast.
up, Mr. Jones?
What's up, man? Hey, I'm going to take a bird out of Aaron Rodgers' book real quick. I know everybody's hot. Can we just be patient? We ain't even really necessarily got to be patient.
Patient for what, Mr. Jones? What are we patient for? For Jimmy Garoppolo to come around? He just told us last week it was like riding a bike.
Blame all this on Jimmy now because Cal has his very much part in it too. This was a whole team effort. We came out looking good, correct? Then all of a sudden, kind of like we always do, somehow, some way, when Shanahan gets kind of a lead, are we looking good? Super Bowls and the NFC, he gets with this complacent play calling. Correct. We got all these weapons, like you said. We haven't seen Danny Gray catch no deep balls. Debo hasn't been being utilized. Kittle came back. So but we can't. I blame the whole everybody yesterday.
Except for the defense, right? Except for the defense, right?
I cannot blame the defense.
I cannot blame the defense.
I'm not blaming that team. Like, Bosa played his heart out. I thought this defensive line played so hard. The linebackers were flying. The DBs were on every route. I'm not blaming the defense. Come on.
Yeah, you can't do that, Mr. Jones.
I'm saying, like, from the offensive part of the ball, like, we started off good, and then somehow, I don't know, Kyle gets a little too cute sometimes.
And I'm not going to be patient. We haven't won a Super Bowl since 1995.
You know,
it's 2022. This team
I'll say
goes
this.
to the podium. This is what pisses me off. I'm
Last
now
time the
mad
Niners won
because
a
this team goes to the podium and
Right.
they act like they're the 4-time champion Warriors when they don't have one ring. Not one ring.
Nothing.
You know what they know? They know how to collapse in big games. That's what they know how to do. So when you win a big game, a real big game, then you can go to the podium and laugh things off.
Right.
And you can tell your fan base, relax. You know what? Aaron Rodgers hasn't won diddly squat in years, but he got one ring. He's got one ring. All right? One ring.
Look at Patrick Mahomes cursing out Eric Bieniemy before halftime because he wants another shot to throw the ball. But you know what?
Patient.
He's got one ring.
Keep spending money on this team.
Yeah.
Keep investing all of my love and energy and effort into this team the way you do, the way I do. I have watched every snap of this team for 40 years of my life. And every single time, I want to think that they're about to turn the corner and we're going to see some offensive explosion like what my dad got to experience in the 80s. We sabotage ourselves.
Nothing.
The quarterback doesn't develop. He gets hurt. The coach gets ran out of town. There's always something. And now I get to watch again an elite Super Bowl worthy defense get let down by the offense.
Dude, and tell me Kyle Shanahan doesn't coach with limited booty. Yeah, no, patience is out the window.
Come on.
It's out the window. You know why patience is out the window? Because the same fans and the same media members couldn't be patient with Trey Lance. You couldn't give the young man 5 quarters. One game in Chicago, and you were quick to say, oh, Trey ain't ready. Jimmy gets a better chance. The better quarterback's on the bench. Trey this and Trey that. Patience is out the window. Patience is done in the NFL.
You know what?
Patience is done. I don't want to hear B-word anymore.
What's that song, We Ready? They might have played that the second Jimmy went in there because Trey wasn't ready. Trey wasn't ready.
No.
What the hell was that last night?
Jimmy didn't. But Jimmy, it was like riding the bike last week. Now he needs OTAs and training camp, and it's going to be a while before he can ramp it up. And his arm is sore. His arm is sore. It ain't like Kyle Shanahan is treating him like Josh Allen. Josh Allen threw the ball 62 times yesterday in Miami in that South Florida heat. If his arm is tired, he gets an excuse because he's slinging that thing. Jalen Hurts damn near threw for 300 yards in the first half yesterday. Damn near 300 yards in the first half yesterday. My quarterback can't even throw a damn angle route 5 yards down the field. He's throwing back shoulder throws on quick slants. Patience is out the window. Patience is out the window. No patience. None. I have none for Shanahan. I have none for this offense. None whatsoever. Not when you're scoring 10 points against the Bears and the Denver Broncos. Nope. Not doing it. Not today. Scuba Steve in the city. Listen in on the radio. Scuba Steve, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, this Steve? Hey, I'm going to jump on him, too. I'm going to just jump on the pile. I got so frustrated last night because we kind of hit it in the first drive. Looked nice going down. And then I told my buddy, I said, look, after this, that's when Kyle starts getting nervous and starts doing some stupid stuff, or he gets relaxed and starts doing some stupid stuff. That's exactly what I said was going to happen. I don't know what it is. It's a combination of Shanahan and Garoppolo.
Well, they brought him back.
And Debo Sanders.
That's the whole part about this. They brought him back.
Just so that he could be timid again with him. Just so he could be timid again with him.
Back.
But I thought it was go time.
Yeah, I thought it was full throttle.
You're right.
Go ahead, Scuba Steve. Sorry.
Hey, but he had oh man, I'm old, so my memory's going. He had Debo deep on the left side.
Oh, he's wide open.
Wide open. That ball for him to go get it.
Wide open.
Yeah, but he does that. That's what Jimmy does.
Jimmy Garoppolo's
he doesn't see the field.
Think about this. He threw the ball 29 times yesterday, but his arm's still sore. His arm's sore.
Over 3 hours.
29 times. You're on the field for 10 minutes in the second half. Your arm's sore?
Well, don't let. I want to make a clear distinction.
He threw the ball 12 times in the second half.
As bad as Jimmy was, let's not overlook that they put together an offensive line of the best left tackle in the game.
How long have I been
and 4 dudes that I'm not sure would start on how many teams. Burford ain't starting on maybe a couple of teams in the league, okay?
Shasky.
McGlinchey ain't starting nowhere.
Shasky, before I went to Europe, what did I say about this team? The offensive line scares me.
You should see number one.
Look, I said, what did I say all summer? And some people kept throwing at me, well, Cincinnati made the Super Bowl. Cincinnati made the Super Bowl. Cincinnati made the Super Bowl. Oh, the Rams. Everybody keeps throwing this stuff. Offensive lines will lose you Super Bowls.
But then you can't be a team that hangs your hat on running the ball.
And have that offensive line.
So that's my number one
have
problem.
That offensive line.
Like, we'll go back to like building a team. And we get, as much as we want to yell and scream about Jimmy because he stunk, this team has made really piss poor decisions with the franchise tag and money. Nobody wants to admit this out loud. You don't pay $20 million for an interior defensive lineman when you rotate defensive linemen left and right. And then, like, Eric Armstead, this year he's making $10 million. All right, he's making $10 million. Right. Did you notice? Well, and I'm not trying to knock him.
They did not miss him yesterday.
He's a good player.
They did not miss him yesterday.
You know why? Because the strength of his team is the D line. So unless you're going to be an elite sack master like Nick Bosa, you let him go. Are we missing DJ Jones?
Nope.
All right, and I like DJ Jones.
DJ Jones played well yesterday.
He did, but that's my point. I can get Givens, and you already drafted Kinlaw. I can get guys anywhere. This Ridgeway guy, he's a monster. I can find these guys anywhere. So unless you're sacking the quarterback, I'm not paying you. Second thing. You've had the franchise tag in your back pocket.
And you didn't use it on Laken Tomlinson.
I was the only one screaming it.
Well, no. What I say about the offensive line, Jasky? Laken Tomlinson, you let him walk.
I don't care if I have to pay him top 5 money.
I don't care.
Because
protect my quarterback.
Exactly.
How do you go into a season knowing that Trey Lance is going to be the starter in his second year, and you come back with Jake Brindle, who nobody knew he's botching snaps, and Jake Brindle has the audacity and the cojones to say, well, Jimmy's a gold standard in the huddle. His Cade's the gold standard. Shut up, Jake. Just hike the ball on time and do not botch snaps. Please, for the life of me. Aaron Banks.
That would be like us going, hey, Chris Chiozza, why don't you give me your Chris Chiozza? Tell me who does what good.
Chris Chiozza talking about, Kelly Oubre Jr. plays defense at a high level.
He's the gold standard.
DPO. He's the gold standard for perimeter defense. Like, stop.
We're going to see chorizo.
What?
There's a guru drop for everything.
Not only that. Mike McGlinchey.
I can't believe this team.
McGlinchey has been so bad.
We
haven't even noticed Aaron Banks. Mike McGlinchey has been so bad.
The second round pick?
That Aaron Banks looks comparable at left guard. And I don't even know how well he's playing.
Who knows?
Who knows?
But I know this. Jalen Moore's not an NFL player.
How about going into the season? What the Buffalo Bills do for 3 years with Josh Allen? They built the offensive line to protect him.
Yes.
The Philadelphia Eagles are Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts does not get touched. They protect their assets.
Exactly.
They protect their... Cleveland Browns got a great offensive line. Jacoby Brissett's not getting touched so far. Not getting touched.
This should be a financial show. Protect your assets.
Yeah, protect your assets. Protect Trey Lance, please.
Seriously.
Well, you blew that one because you ran him like a fullback. You ran him like you were playing wishbone offense. You ran him like he was Tommy Frazier, and he's not that. All right? This offensive line is so damn bad. And you knew what was happening. Collinsworth's putting down second quarter. Look at the Denver Broncos put Randy Gregory and Bradley Chubb on one side. On the line.
5 guys.
Jimmy got crushed.
Not burgers. 5 guys on the line.
So don't worry. If you don't have patience for Brock Purdy, don't worry. Purdy time is coming. Because Jimmy ain't taking those shots anytime soon.
I don't even want to hear that.
Like, Jimmy was taking shots yesterday. So, yes, the offensive line is bad. But we knew that. And a lot of people, what did they tell us, Shasky? All training camp and all offseason. All preseason. Don't worry about the offensive line. Shanahan can scheme around it. Oh, can he now?
This is the same organization that ran Quam Harris out of town. I'll take Quam Harris over Mike McGlinchey. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Mike McGlinchey.
Remember him?
Please. Yeah, I do. Quam Harris out of Stanford. Let's go to Tony in Santa Rosa watching on YouTube. Tony, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Man, how you guys doing?
I've had better
good.
Days.
I was doing good until 5 o'clock.
I
was doing good at Warriors training. Warriors meeting day was fun. I had a blast. And then 5:20 happened.
Well, we definitely need to beat the Rams. That's the only thing we can do on Monday. Bring this whole thing around. Maybe have all the teams at 500. I don't want to pile on to all the crap because everyone's going to say anything about Jimmy and Kyle Shanahan, but we definitely need to fix the offense. Screenplays. I don't see anything creative out there. And can we use more than one running back, please?
Tony,
I know we got Debo. Can we use more than one running back?
Hey, Tony, real quick.
Mason got one carry.
Tony,
Jeff Wilson Jr. and Debo, the only two other guys to get
Tony,
carries.
real quick. When's the last time the Niners ran a good screenplay? A good screen.
Terry Kirby. 1997.
20 years ago?
Yeah.
25 years ago?
I mean, I'm dead serious.
Oh, my God.
I mean, actually, the only one I could think of wasn't that LaMichael James play where he fumbled in the Super Bowl. That was a good screen.
Tony, go ahead and finish.
I'm sorry. I'm just in my bag right now.
Tony, you still there?
Gone. All right, ran Tony. Out of the end zone.
Jose in Mountain View. Jose, listening on the radio. What's up, Jose? You're on the roast.
Hey,
Hey, man, dude, everything that needs to be said has been said, but you got to say it again because it's like therapy, right?
Yes.
The offensive line was a shambles. The play calling is even worse, man. Even those small dump-off passes or the small runs that he was trying to do, too complicated of a scheme. It looked like the defensive line was right there all the time in front of the running back instead of being out of the way or creating the lanes, right? But, hey, look, we need to be patient. We need Lamar Jackson.
Oh, my God.
Sean Payton.
Yeah. You know what they'll do with Lamar Jackson?
Well, no, he
They'll
said
drop
Sean Payton.
I know, but they'll drop Lamar Jackson back like he's Tom Brady. That's what they'll do there. My favorite was Jimmy Garoppolo ran like he was Lamar Jackson on a 3rd and whatever, 7, and he got the first down. But let's call that back for holding on number 69, Mike McGlinchey. I mean, this team, just the self-inflicted wounds are ridiculous.
It is. Let's go to Mac in the City. Mac in the City, what's happening? He's listening on the radio. What's up, Mac?
Hey man, what's going on, guys? Thanks for having my call. I mean, I'm just very frustrated, man, because I'm watching a Super Bowl team being headed by Bill Belichick's backup quarterback to Tom Brady, and which we passed on, by the way. I'm so tired of watching Jimmy G, man, and with these no throws and these Jimmy G moments that's gonna happen. Like, I want Brock Purdy to get going.
Oh,
Please
my gosh.
get Brock Purdy going.
We're crying for it. Do you know what?
Get him in there now.
You know what?
Hey,
I'm not going there. Can we just hold on real quick, bro?
Yeah.
I don't want to see Brock Purdy play quarterback for my team, okay? The minute Brock Purdy plays, we're back to Nick Mullins. We're back to C.J.
This is
Beathard.
2020 all over again.
The season's over.
If that's what we're doing.
The season's over.
Yeah, I don't want to do that yet.
The sad part is Jimmy is the best shot at success. Jimmy Garoppolo's the best shot at success for the 49ers this season. He is.
Well, and then let me push back on the Super Bowl roster.
And I'm not saying that with Trey. If Trey was healthy, I want to see Trey. Trey's the better quarterback in my opinion. But right now, with Trey out for the year, Jimmy's all you got.
So let's go
and
back.
We're trying to rally around Jimmy. You tried to rally around him.
You can't when the guy can't even rally around himself. But I look at like 2019, you and I were talking about Super Bowl, and we always throw that word around. And I know how hard it is to win a Super Bowl. But I would say things to you like, the defense is Super Bowl ready.
They are.
But I don't think the offense is. Remember, I said that to you over and over and over.
Yep.
I'll say it again this year. You guys want to use the SB word? Absolutely label this defense Super Bowl.
Yep.
This offense is nowhere near that. This offense right now isn't over 500 level. Like, this is a below average offense, and that's being nice.
In 2022, when the NFL caters to offense, I watched Philly score 24 in the first half yesterday. I'm like, damn, that offense looks great. Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert. It's like, wow, look at them move the football.
Texans look more explosive than the
Texans
Niners.
scored 20 against the Bears yesterday. Damn, the Texans are playing hard.
The Niners have all these all-pros, and I feel like they got nothing on offense. And we're giving the ball.
Offense.
And again, I'm not trying to crush Jeff Wilson Jr. He had an okay game, but like we're just saying, hey, we're going to run the ball down your throat with our 9th best player on offense. What?
9-year veteran ran out the back of the end zone.
What was the point of drafting Ayuk in the first round?
Yeah, if you're not going to throw him the ball.
Never going to target him.
Never going to throw him the ball.
What's the point of paying George Kittle $20 million a year?
Never going to throw him the ball.
And resetting the tight end market if he doesn't touch it? Like, I don't get it.
I don't get
How
any
does
of
Jeff
it.
Wilson Jr. get 3 times the amount of touches as Debo? That should never happen. And I like Jeff Wilson Jr., but spread out the love a little here.
Matt in San Rafael wants to call me out via radio. He wants to call me out about Jimmy Garoppolo. Okay, call me out, Matt. Let's go.
What's up, guys? I got some receipts I'd like to cash in.
Go ahead.
If pre-Monday Night Football against the Rams last year, Bonte, you were saying, oh, let's see Trey. How is Trey not ready? Jimmy doesn't have it. Turn it around. Why was everyone calling for Trey? Jimmy took us to a Super Bowl. This is Jimmy's team.
No, Matt. You've lost the main receipt. I said Trey Lance should have started from day one, week 1. I've been on that hype. But I get it. They went to Jimmy. It was obvious they weren't ready to go to Trey Lance. I thought Trey was ready to start last year, week 1. Find those receipts, Matt.
Okay. All right. Well, that's not what you said last year.
No, I did say that last year. Walking out of training camp day 3, I told you Trey Lance should have started week 1, and I never pivoted off of that.
Okay. You're
So
back.
what are you saying?
I'll talk to you later.
What are you saying, Matt? I don't get what he's saying. What is he talking about? I said on Monday. Oh, this is what happened on Monday Night Football last year. I tell you exactly what happened last year on Monday Night Football when the Niners beat the Rams. I came in the next day, and I said Jimmy Garoppolo looked average, and they got to win. Because the week before, the Cardinals whooped their ass with Colt McCoy. And I said the stinking ass 49ers got beat up by Colt McCoy, and I laughed it off. And the boss man got mad at me for saying, you're too happy about the loss. The fans are angry. You're not angry enough. And I said, really? So then they beat the Rams on Monday Night Football, and Jimmy Garoppolo completed one pass over 10 yards. I said he looked average. And everybody's like, oh, Jimmy looked great. I said, no, he looked average. And then I got in trouble again for not pumping up the fan base about Jimmy Garoppolo looking average. That's exactly what happened. So I had to cater to Jimmy Garoppolo because some of you pacifier-ass fans who wants Capri Suns or fruit snacks, oh, Jimmy did this and Jimmy did that. Again, I'll tell you guys, the 49er fan base, we've become accustomed to mediocre quarterbacks, which is why we call Alex Smith great around here, which is why we call Cap great, which is why we say Jimmy Garoppolo, all he does is win games. Because we've been just enamored with mediocrity around here. It's been how many years since Steve Young? How many years since Jeff Garcia?
Was a back-to-back Pro Bowler in 2002. 2000, 2001, 2002. That's how long it's been.
20 years.
Yeah.
20 years. So don't keep receipts about that.
And they haven't had a 4,000-yard passer when the league is littered with them. I mean, Kirk Cousins' worst year in Minnesota would be the best quarterback season for a 49er. I know you don't want to hear this, but in terms of the raw data, it would be the best quarterback season that a 49er has had since Garcia, which is probably the worst indictment of the quarterback position.
Keep those receipts. And now Trey's gone. And now we got to watch this over and over. We got 13 more games of this. 13 more. 13 more. You already got people calling for Brock Purdy. That's how bad Jimmy Garoppolo was last night. People are calling for Brock Purdy.
Actually got 14 more weeks.
Yeah. Oh, whatever it is.
Even worse.
Hey, but last week, that's 49 football. Felt like 49 football. It was like riding a bike. I'm so sick of this. We're not even week 4 yet, and I'm already sick of the football season.
But it was a nice montage of Mike Shanahan at the beginning of the game, no?
Great montage. Let's flex.